Just as the Tao fruit's laws integrated into the Tao core, a "kacha" sound emerged from the pill furnace. Then, all kinds of laws dissipated. No matter how capable Ning Qing was, he couldn't reverse the situation. The first batch of Supreme Micro-Heavenly Ice pills had failed. Ning Qing took in a deep breath and closed his eyes for more than an hour before cleaning the pill furnace and taking out the materials for the second batch of Supreme Star Heavenly Ice pills. 2 hours later, Ning Qing once again failed to integrate the Tao fruit laws. The second batch of Supreme Micro-Heavenly Ice pills was also wasted. Ning Qing stood up, but did not continue to refine the third batch of pills. He was sure that even if he refined a third batch of pills, the final result would still be failure. His alchemy standards were sufficient, and he had a sufficient understanding of the Tao rune's laws of the primordial Tao pill. He even had the nomological ability to grasp the Tao fruit. His only regret was that his cultivation was too low, and his understanding of the heavenly Tao was too weak. Perhaps he could easily refine a Tao transformation Tao pill, but the primordial Tao pill's heaven-earth law level was far stronger than the Tao transformation Tao pill. If he wanted to refine the Tao transformation Tao pill, he would probably have to advance to the Tao birth divine emperor stage. With about 5 months left before the 5 realms pill competition, Ning Qing decided to look for an opportunity to advance to the Tao birth realm in the Grand Essence Sea's Dragon Washing Pool. He had underestimated the primordial Tao pill. Given his current cultivation level, no matter how strong his understanding of the alchemy Tao was, it would be difficult for him to refine the primordial Tao pill. After greeting Ba Meng and the others, Ning Qing went directly to the place where Cin Rushuan and Gongxi Mao lived. He bluntly said that he was afraid that the 1-month deadline was too short. He hoped that the deadline could be pushed back a few months, preferably before the 5 realms pill competition. Cin Rushuan and Gongxi Mao had something to ask of Ning Qing, so they naturally wouldn't clash with Ning Qing over a few months. After settling down, Ning Qing immediately went to the Pill Association's Si Chin Chiu Tian's cave residence. Alchemy Sage Ning, how is Guild Master Ho Tian? Si Chin Chiu Tian saw Ning Qing come over and immediately asked about Qing Ho Tian. Ning Qing quickly saluted and said, "Brother Ho Tian is fine. He is now recovering." Ning Qing didn't lie to Si Chin Chiu Tian. Si Chin Chiu Tian sighed and said, "Say hello to Ho Tian on my behalf." He didn't continue to ask about Qing Ho Tian. "Union Master Si Chin, I came here today to tell Union Master something." Ning Qing did not speak about Qing Ho Tian anymore. Si Chin Chiu Tian nodded and regained his calm demeanor. "I naturally know that Pill Sage Ning has many matters to attend to. You wouldn't come here to discuss pills with me. In fact, I really want to discuss pills with Pill Sage Ning. When I'm free in the future, I'll definitely explore the Tao of Alchemy with the Association Master. This time, I'm going to leave the Heaven Essence Sacred City and go out to train for a few months." "You're going out to train?" Si Chin Chiu Tian looked at Ning Qing in doubt. If someone said that Ning Qing had nothing to do with Qing Hotian's poisoning, he would not believe it. Ning Qing must have known about this matter, but even after knowing about this matter, Ning Qing still wanted to go out to train. Wouldn't that be equivalent to deliberately courting death? Without waiting for Ning Qing to answer, Si Chen's Chiu Tian spoke up again, "Pill Sage Ning, it's only been a few months, and the 5 realms pill competition is about to begin. If you go out to train now, I'm afraid it will delay the competition." Ning Qing answered honestly, "I was lucky to refine the 16 soul pill last time. In fact, my success rate in refining primordial Tao pills is still too low. It's mainly because my cultivation level is too low. I want to use these few months to advance to the Tao birth realm. If I can advance to the Tao birth realm, I'll have a greater chance of refining primordial Tao pills. Otherwise, even if I participate in the 5 realms pill competition, I'll lose more than I win." This was simply Ning Qing trying to paste gold on his face. What did he mean by the success rate was too low? His success rate was simply 0. However, Ning Qing didn't lie about his last sentence. If he couldn't even refine primordial Tao pills in the Five Realms pill competition, it would be impossible for him to get a ranking. Si Chen Chiu Tian fell silent. Ning Qing had yet to reach the full circle Tao sculpting realm. In a few months, it would be even more difficult to advance from the peak Tao sculpting realm to the full circle Tao sculpting realm, and then advance to the Tao birth realm. As for Ning Cheng's words about the low success rate of refining primordial Tao pills and not getting a ranking in the Five Realms pill competition, Si Chen Chiu Tian knew that it was a fact. Because of this, he had made an exception and asked Ning Cheng to participate in the Five Realms pill competition. After all, among the 6 people participating in the competition, only Ning Cheng had refined primordial Tao pills. If Ning Cheng wasn't confident, then the rest of them would go in vain. After hesitating for a long time, Si Chen Chiu Tian said, Ning Cheng, you should know that, given your current realm, it's not very likely for you to advance to the Tao birth realm before going to the Five Realms pill competition. Si Chen Chiu Tian's words were tactful. Many people couldn't complete the process of advancing from the peak Tao sculpting realm to the Tao birth realm without tens of thousands of years. Some people couldn't make it in their entire lives. It would be strange if Ning Cheng could complete it in a few months. I know, but I'm not willing to give it a try, Ning Cheng said with a bow again. Apart from refining pills for Cen Rushuan and Gong Shimao, Ning Cheng wanted to find an opportunity to reach the Tao birth realm. The reward for the first place in the Five Realms pill competition was also crucial. If he couldn't advance to the Tao birth realm and couldn't refine primordial Tao pills, it would be a waste to go. Si Chen Chiu Tian stared at Ning Cheng for a while before standing up and walking around his house for a full incense stick worth of time without speaking. Ning Cheng still had a lot of respect for Si Chen Chiu Tian. When he was about to fail in refining the 6-yin soul pill and condensing the Tao fruit law, Si Chen Chiu Tian gave him some pointers. Therefore, Ning Cheng didn't speak while Si Chen Chiu Tian wandered around the house. After half an hour, Si Chen Chiu Tian finally said with determination, Ning Cheng, I'll take you to a place. Let's go now. Although Si Chen Chiu Tian didn't say where they were going, Ning Cheng didn't ask anything. Half a month later, Si Chen Chiu Tian took Ning Cheng to a barren sea in the Grand Essence Sea. If they went somewhere else, Ning Cheng might have objected. However, Ning Cheng had already planned to come to the Grand Essence Sea's dragon cleansing pool. Therefore, when Si Chen Chiu Tian brought him here, Ning Cheng didn't say anything. Ning Cheng, do you know which sect is the most mysterious among the 10 major sects? Standing on the sea, Si Chen Chiu Tian suddenly asked an irrelevant question. Ning Cheng replied, it should be the mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan, right? I heard that people from the mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan never come out. Moreover, their sect is in the Grand Essence Sea. At this point, Ning Cheng suddenly thought of something and looked at Si Chen Chiu Tian in doubt. Si Chen Chiu Tian nodded, Ning Cheng, you guessed it. The place I brought you to is the mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan. The mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan owed my master a favor and said that they could help me 3 times. My master used it twice, but my master left one for me. I never used it. Association Master, what do you mean? Ning Cheng suddenly understood why Si Chen Chiu Tian changed calling him Pill Sage Ning to Ning Cheng. It was because he regarded him as one of his own. Si Chen Chiu Tian showed a slight smile, yes, I intend to use it on you this time. As for your wish, the mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan can definitely help you achieve it. Moreover, in the entire Grand Essence realm, perhaps only the mysterious Crossing Ancient Clan can help you achieve it. Ning Cheng quickly said, Association Master Si Chen, I can't afford it. If I advance to the Tao birth realm later, it won't affect me too much. At most, I won't be able to participate in the 5 Realms pill competition. Chapter 1044. Sister Chen Chiu Tian took out a transfer jade card and activated it. A ray of light that looked exactly the same as the surrounding seawater wrapped around him and Ning Cheng and instantly teleported them away. Ning Cheng sighed in his heart. The Tao of array formations was the same as the Tao of cultivation, there was no end to it. This transmission array was much more sophisticated than the one used to enter the secret bazaar. He couldn't even see through it, let alone set it up. Sure enough, the stronger one was, the more one would know how weak they were. Moments later, he and Chiu Tian landed on a circular stone platform. Si Chen Chiu Tian waved the teleportation jade token in his hand and laughed at himself. This teleportation token can only be used 3 times. It's useless. Where did you two come from? A sudden voice arrived, and then Ning Cheng saw a man with a black fringe on his head appear next to the stone platform. Si Chen Chiu Tian handed the transfer jade token to the man and said, Pil Sec Si Chen Chiu Tian has specially come to pay a visit to the mysterious crossing clan. The man nodded. Please follow me. Ning Cheng and Si Chen Chiu Tian followed behind this man, but Ning Cheng did not sweep out with his spiritual consciousness. With Ning Cheng's experience, he didn't need to sweep out at all. This place was surrounded by array formations and restrictions. Even if he swept out with his spiritual consciousness, he would not be able to detect anything. At this time, Ning Cheng wasn't even sure if he was still in the Grand Essence Sea. After walking for an incense's time, the man stopped in front of a stone door. He bowed and said, Alchemy Sec Si Chen Chiu Tian has brought my mysterious travel clan's teleportation token to visit. After a long while, a voice came from inside the stone door, there's actually a successor in the alchemy school. Let them in. Yes. The man returned the jade token to Chiu Tian. Please enter. Just as Chiu Tian took the jade token, the stone door suddenly opened. Ning Cheng followed Si Chen Chiu Tian through the door, and suddenly felt a bit stunned. This was not a room, but a huge open public square. The public square was simply too big, Ning Cheng's eyes could not even see the end of it. Ning Cheng secretly muttered in his heart, this was most likely a magical weapon, otherwise it would not have this kind of effect. In the middle of the square, there was a black-haired man. Half of the black-haired man's chest was exposed. He looked like a Shaolin monk. In addition to this, the most attractive thing to Ning Cheng was that this black-haired man had a golden fringe on his forehead. The man who led the way earlier also had a fringe on his forehead. However, the fringe on his forehead wasn't golden, but black. It seemed like the identity of the mysterious crossing ancient clan was determined by the color of their foreheads. As for this man's cultivation, Ning Cheng found that he couldn't see through it. He only knew that it was definitely not any lower than Si Chen's Chiu Tian. You're Chang Chenching's disciple. The gold-rimmed man's gaze fell on Sikhen Chiu Tian. As for Ning Cheng, who stood beside Sikhen Chiu Tian, he completely ignored him. Chiu Tian bowed, yes, my master is Chang Chenching. The man fell silent. After a while, he asked, I heard that your master died. Is that true? Ning Cheng secretly thought to himself, this person's words were really direct. In order to pursue the pinnacle of the great Tao, my master has left Grand Plainness for a long time. I don't know the details. Before my master left, he told me that if I encountered any difficult problems in the future, I could take this jade card to the mysterious crossing ancient clan to find Senior Jean Molong. Sikhen Chiu Tian lowered his posture and once again handed over the jade card in his hand. The man nodded and took the jade card. After looking at it for a while, he said, I'm Jean Molong. Your cultivation isn't any worse than mine, so you don't have to call me senior. What did you come here to ask for? Sikhen Chiu Tian was the head of the Pill Union. The reason why he respected Jean Molong wasn't because of Jean Molong's status or identity, but because Jean Molong was a friend of his master. Therefore, he naturally had to address him as a senior. Now that Jean Molong said that he didn't need to address him as a senior, Sikhen Chiu Tian naturally wouldn't be pretentious and directly said, many thanks, Dao friend Jean. I came here today to request to cultivate on the annual ring for 3 months. You want to cultivate on the annual ring? After Jin Molong heard Sikhen Chio Tian's words, his eyes flashed. He stared at Sikhen Chio Tian and spoke with a cold tone. Sikhen Chio Tian's expression didn't change at all. He pointed at Ning Cheng and said calmly, "It's not that I want to cultivate on the annual ring, but he wants to cultivate on the annual ring for 3 months." Jin Molong's gaze then fell on Ning Cheng. After a while, he frowned and said, "He only has a Dao sculpting cultivation, and he wants to cultivate on the annual ring? Do you know the consequences of not being able to control the flow of Dao charm when cultivating on the annual ring?" "I know. Dao friend Jin, can I ask if he can cultivate on the annual ring? If he can't, we will leave immediately. We won't make things difficult for you." Sikhen Chio Tian spoke in a tone that was neither overbearing nor servile. This token was given by the mysterious fairy clan. If Sikhen Chio Tian couldn't do anything even with the token, then the mysterious fairy clan's reputation would be completely ruined. Jin Molong clearly understood Sikhen Chio Tian's meaning. He showed a faint smile and said, "I can't decide on the annual ring alone. Wait a moment. I'll give you an answer after I ask." With that, Jin Molong turned around and left. Ning Cheng saw him turn around, and his figure disappeared without a trace. Although he knew that it was just a trick, Ning Cheng could only watch enviously because he couldn't arrange such an array formation. "Union Master, what's an annual ring?" Ning Cheng asked. Sikhen Chio Tian looked in the direction where Jin Molong disappeared and said, "The annual ring is the mysterious fairy clan's #1 treasure. It's just a tree. This tree is made up of annual rings. With every annual ring you advance, the passage of time inside doubles compared to the passage of time outside." Ning Cheng asked in surprise, "Doesn't that mean that if I can enter the 10th annual ring and cultivate inside for 10 years, only 1 year will pass outside?" Sikhen Chio Tian replied with a solemn tone, "That's right. If you want to advance to the Dao birth realm in a few months, I can't think of a better place than the annual ring of the mysterious fairy clan." Ning Cheng suddenly recalled what Song Wei had said about the world of law in the void and asked in doubt, "I've heard that there are many world of law in the void, including the world of law of time. Once the sect obtains this world of law of time, it can turn it into a holy land for cultivation. In other words, if you cultivate inside for many years, only 1 year will pass outside. The specific time difference is calculated based on the world of law of time. Is the annual ring the same as the world of law of time?" Sikhen Chio Tian shook his head. "The world of law of time you mentioned actually exists in the Grand Essence realm. The 9 Revolution Sacred Dao Pond and the River Luo Sacred Sect have such a world of law of time. If 10 years pass inside, only 1 year will pass outside. However, this world of law of time is completely different from the annual ring because the world of law of time lacks the laws of heaven and earth's Dao charm. Before reaching Dao confirming realm, this world of law of time can save cultivation time. Once one reaches Dao confirming realm, the effects of cultivating in this world of law of time would weaken significantly because of the lack of Dao charm insights. However, annual rings are different. Annual rings are ancient supreme treasures. Even if a Dao confirming realm holy emperor cultivates in it, not only would their comprehension of Dao charm not weaken, but it would also become stronger than outside. Because of this, the ancient fairy clan is a top-notch clan. Of course, the world of law of time also contains the Dao charm of heaven and earth. However, this is no longer a world of law of time, but a supreme treasure not far from the annual ring. Annual rings are so powerful. Then why doesn't the ancient fairy clan come out? Ning Cheng suddenly thought of something. If he had an annual ring in his mysterious yellow bead, wouldn't he be invincible when cultivating? Sikhen Chio Tian sighed, "Everything has its pros and cons. Annual rings are strong, but once someone with a weak Dao insight enters the annual ring and crosses the line of the annual ring that they can't control, they would quickly die of old age due to the loss of Tao charm and turn into a pile of yellow soil to nourish the annual ring tree. I heard that more than half of the genius cultivators in the ancient fairy clan die to annual rings every year. Ning Qing finally understood the consequences of not being able to control the annual ring's Tao charm. It turned out that the consequences were death. At this point, Sikhen Qiu Tian looked at Ning Qing with a solemn expression and said, "Ning Qing, since you can refine primordial Tao pills, it means that your control and understanding of your Tao is far stronger than ordinary Tao sculpting holy emperors. Moreover, I felt your Tao before, and your Tao far surpasses mine. Because of this, I brought you here. I believe that you can reach the 8th annual ring. 3 months have passed outside, and you have cultivated for 2 years in the 8th annual ring. In 2 years, I believe that you should be able to advance to the Tao birth realm. If you can't advance to the Tao birth realm, then let's just go." "Thank you, Union Master." Ning Qing thanked him again. He was sure that Sikhen Qiu Tian didn't want to harm him but sincerely wanted to help him. When he was refining pills, his alchemy Tao would fuse with his returning to one Tao, so Sikhen Qiu Tian would definitely capture his Tao aura. Because of this, Sikhen Qiu Tian believed that he could reach the 8th annual ring. Sikhen Qiu Tian smiled. After reaching the 8th annual ring, you can't take another step forward no matter what. Remember, even if you're sure that you can move forward, don't move forward. Everyone who perishes under the annual ring is confident that nothing will go wrong, but in the end, something went wrong. If a cultivator can't control his greed, then his achievements will stop at his greed. Ning Qing smiled but didn't answer. Sikhen Qiu Tian's words were not wrong. If one couldn't control their greed, they might die because of it. However, it wasn't Sikhen Qiu Tian who decided which step he could reach, but he himself. If he thought that he could reach the 9th annual ring, he naturally wouldn't stay at the 8th annual ring. If he thought that he could only reach the 7th annual ring, he wouldn't have gone to the 8th annual ring like Sikhen Qiu Tian had said. Fortunately, Jin Molong appeared again and said to Sikhen Qiu Tian, "You can wait here. This Taoist who wants to cultivate his annual ring will come with me. Ning Qing, remember my words. Your steps must stop at your Tao heart," Sikhen Qiu Tian reminded Ning Qing again. Ning Qing bowed and said, "Rest assured, Union Master. My steps are in my heart." When Jin Molong heard Ning Qing's words, he showed a hint of appreciation and turned around again. Ning Qing followed Jin Molong and took a step forward before disappearing from the public square. He finally understood the danger of the tree rings. Once he failed to restrain his Tao runes of the Great Tao, his Tao runes of the Great Tao would flow into the tree rings along with the Tao runes of the tree rings. In the end, his entire body and soul would dissipate into nothingness. The mysterious yellow formless cultivation method quickly adapted to the changes in the surrounding Tao charm laws, allowing Ning Qing's Tao charm to stabilize and no longer change along with the changes in the Tao charm within his annual rings. The moment Ning Qing stabilized his Tao, he felt the endless rich spiritual qi and the flawless Tao charm of heaven and earth. Not only was the heaven and earth Tao law perfect, but the surrounding vitality was also extremely dense. Sure enough, it was a tree. If it wasn't a tree, how could it have such a rich Tao charm and vitality? Ning Qing stood in the first circle of the wheel marks for a full hour before slowly turning his head back. The scenery behind him had long since disappeared, and the grassland he had just come from had also disappeared without a trace. An hour later, Ning Qing slowly walked through the first circle of the wheel marks and stepped into the second. The spiritual qi became denser, the vitality became more intense, the Tao charm flowed more violently, and the laws of heaven and earth became more perfect. Apart from the moment of discomfort, Ning Qing's mysterious yellow formless quickly integrated with the surrounding Tao charm laws. Ning Qing once again adapted to the aura that impacted the foundation of Ning Qing's Tao charm. Ning Qing's eyes flashed with an indescribable surprise. He had once felt this kind of cultivation feeling in the dragon cleansing pool. However, it was completely different from the dragon cleansing pool. The dragon cleansing pool targeted his corporeal body, while this place focused on perfecting and comprehending the Tao. The world was vast, and it really wasn't something he could understand. He had thought that he had the mysterious yellow bead, which was already a stroke of luck. But who knew that there were many things in this world? Although they weren't as good as the mysterious yellow bead, they were still treasures of heaven and earth. He knew about the dragon cleansing pool, the life rings, and the reincarnation pool of the 9 revolving sacred Tao pond. But how many more did he not know? The longer time passed, the clearer Ning Cheng felt his perception of the laws of time. Although he was reluctant to leave the second circle of the life ring, he still walked out of the second circle and stepped into the third circle. He only had 3 months. Every time he moved forward, he would gain 3 more months, and the time Tao charm aura in the life ring would become more distinct. Unconsciously, Ning Cheng forgot about Si Chen Chiu Tian's words about stopping at the Tao heart. Even if it was him, he just wanted to move forward 1 more circle, which would give him 3 more months. In a simple cave in the mysterious crossing ancient clan's sacred land, a white-haired old man sat cross-legged on an ancient praying mat. His upper body also revealed half of his chest. However, the half of his chest that was exposed, apart from his ribs, only had a layer of brown skin. Did he enter the life ring? The old man suddenly asked. Jean Molong's voice and figure appeared in the cave at the same time. Yes, clan head. He's already in the life ring. I estimate that he should be able to enter the 6th circle in 3 months. Si Chen Chiu Tian, like Ning Cheng, also didn't know about the life ring. Si Chen Chiu Tian thought that as long as he reached the strength to cultivate in the 8th circle of the life ring, he could directly enter the 8th circle of the life ring and go into secluded cultivation. In fact, every time the life ring moved forward, it took a lot of time. To enter the next circle of the life ring, one must perfectly match one's Tao laws with the Tao charm flow of the life ring. Only then could one enter the next circle. Otherwise, the changes in the flow of time and the changes in the Tao charm laws of the life ring could tear a person to pieces. The old man nodded. Tao sculpting realm, it's not bad to enter the 6th circle in 3 months. Sigh. The old man gave a long sigh in the end. Jean Molong naturally understood what the clan head meant. Ever since the Great Change, the mysterious crossing ancient clan went into seclusion. The mysterious crossing ancient clan went into seclusion not because they were afraid of trouble but because they wanted to accumulate power. After all, the mysterious crossing ancient clan had lost a lot of power. But after so many years, the mysterious crossing ancient clan didn't become stronger because of seclusion. Not even a few geniuses appeared. Occasionally, some geniuses would either fall in the life ring, vanish from the crowd for other reasons, or their Tao would collapse. But now, Si Chen Chiu Tian brought a Tao sculpting divine emperor to the mysterious crossing ancient clan to ask for the life ring to cultivate. One had to know that although the mysterious crossing ancient clan went into seclusion, there were still a few disciples who hid their identities outside. A mere Tao sculpting divine emperor wasn't allowed to leave the mysterious crossing ancient clan. A Tao sculpting divine emperor, who wasn't allowed to leave the mysterious crossing ancient clan, came to the mysterious crossing ancient clan and asked to enter the life ring to cultivate. Jean Molong didn't know how to comfort the clan head, so he also fell silent. Time slowly passed. After an unknown amount of time, the white-haired clan head suddenly asked, Molong, is it inappropriate for the mysterious crossing ancient clan to go into seclusion? Chapter 1046. Ning Cheng almost couldn't hold back his Tao charm and wanted to rush into the flow of time. Fortunately, he managed to calm his mind in time. Despite the impact of the time rings, he remained motionless. Time flew like an arrow, and the years flew like a shuttle. In the end, it was just a trace in the laws of time. His sunset's twilight was also a trace in the laws of time. It's just that the traces had different depths, and the laws had different heights. If the 9th ring of the time rings was just like this, then why not take it a step further? In the middle of the endless public square, Si Chen Chiu Tian sat alone on the ground. He seemed to have sunk into the surrounding space and didn't show any fluctuations. Dao friend Si Chen. Jean Molong's greeting interrupted Si Chen Chiu Tian's meditation. He suddenly stood up, and 2 rays of light shot out from his eyes. When he came to the mysterious crossing ancient clan, he already knew the rules here. The mysterious crossing ancient clan lived in seclusion in the Grand Essence Sea and never had any friendship to speak of. He brought Ning Qing here to ask for the time rings to cultivate. In fact, the moment Jean Molong took Ning Qing away, the transaction ended. At the end of the 3 months, before he and Ning Qing left the mysterious crossing ancient clan, Jean Molong shouldn't have come to speak to him. But now that Jean Molong came out, the only possible reason was that something happened to Ning Qing in the time rings. But Ning Qing hadn't even entered the time rings for a day, so how could something happen so early? Based on his understanding of Ning Qing, this shouldn't have happened. Dao friend Jean, is it about Ning Qing? Si Chen Chiu Tian found his heart in chaos for the first time since he entered the mysterious crossing ancient clan. Only then did he realize how much he valued Ning Qing. Yes, but also wrong. A white-haired old man standing next to Jean Molong suddenly spoke up with a smile. When he saw Si Chen Chiu Tian's gaze land on him, he gave a polite greeting and said, "Mysterious crossing ancient clans Li Feng greets Dao friend Si Chen." Si Chen Chiu Tian felt shocked. He only realized that Jean Molong didn't come alone. Before the white-haired old man Li Feng greeted him, he seemed to have merged with everything around him. But when he spoke, his entire person became clear. "Dao friend Si Chen, this is the patriarch of my mysterious crossing clan." Jean Molong hurriedly explained when he saw Si Chen and Chiu Tian's shock. Si Chen Chiu Tian hurriedly bowed. Si Chen Chiu Tian greets Clan Leader Li. Clan Leader Li's cultivation is extraordinary and you must have already reached Dao integration. I was ignorant and didn't notice it just now. Please forgive me. Ha! Li Feng laughed and immediately sat on the ground. Fellow Daoist Si Chen, please take a seat. Chiu Tian didn't mind Li Feng asking him to sit on the ground. Stepping into the 10th wheel mark of the life ring, Ning Qing had already prepared himself for the sudden impact of the Dao charm of the passing of time. After experiencing the previous few wheel marks, Ning Qing knew how crazy this Dao charm could be. Moreover, the mysterious yellow formless circulated around his body at all times and revolved around his returning to one Dao charm. What surprised Ning Qing was that the Dao charm of the 10th wheel mark felt extremely warm. Since entering the life ring, Ning Qing had never felt this kind of integration with the Dao charm of the life ring. It was like a reincarnation. From the first wheel mark of the life ring to the 10th wheel mark, it was a reincarnation. Here, he could feel a sense of a new beginning, a joy of integration. Ning Qing felt sure that if he wanted to, he could enter the 11th wheel mark of the life ring, or even a higher level wheel mark. However, Ning Qing didn't take another step forward. Instead, he sat down. This was the place he wanted to cultivate. As Ning Qing sat down and operated the mysterious yellow formless to cultivate, the God spiritual chi of the 10th wheel mark of the life ring crazily poured in. It was like all living things returning to their nests and gathered around Ning Qing. All the origin and the surrounding God spiritual chi blended in perfectly, constantly improving Ning Qing's understanding of the returning to one Dao. As time slowly flowed by, Ning Qing completely immersed himself in the life ring. He saw countless powerhouses fighting in front of a gate, and he even saw Tsang Wei. None of the powerhouses here were weaker than him. Some of them were even stronger than him. Even if he had the mysterious yellow bead, even if he cultivated to his peak, he could only watch himself fall in front of this gate. Then his eyes slowly blurred, and he saw himself reincarnating into a broken world where he couldn't cultivate. The first person he saw after his reincarnation was not his sister Roalan, nor was it Luofei or Qianghua, nor was it Yan Ji. He was shocked to see Yu Qing. "It's you." Ning Qing suddenly sat up. "Do you know me?" Yu Qing frowned slightly. After asking, she didn't wait for Ning Qing to speak and muttered to herself, "You seem a bit familiar." "Why am I here?" Ning Qing quickly asked. Yu Qing shook her head and was about to say something when her whole body suddenly blurred. When Ning Qing opened his eyes again, he had already experienced another round of reincarnation. He saw himself fighting in the endless battlefield, and saw countless familiar friends and brothers fall. Finally, a long spear pierced his chest. Another reincarnation, peddlers and pawns, emperors and generals, he had been an outer disciple in an ordinary sect, struggling on the edge, and finally killed while snatching spiritual grasses. He worked hard between heaven and earth, but after a year's harvest, he couldn't feed his family. Finally, he became an emperor, but he didn't enjoy it for a few days before he was once again thrown off the throne by the rebel army. Endless reincarnation, endless pain. No, I don't want this painful reincarnation. In the entire world, he was the only one crying out. No one echoed him, no end. Thousand Tao reincarnations had no beginning and end. He fell into an endless reincarnation. He wanted to find the answer and stop this reincarnation, but he couldn't do it. He could only think about it. Give me a reason to stop this reincarnation. Ning Qing roared out in anger. He had enough. However, he could only feel anger. The powerful Tao charm around him was not something he could control. As if alarmed by Ning Qing's angry will, the ring in his hand suddenly exploded, and everything inside the ring turned into nothingness. There was only a black slip made of an unknown material floating in front of him. This was the Karma Tao strip that Jiang Man had lent him. The Karma Tao strip contained the Tao of Karma. Did it want him to cultivate the Tao of Karma? Ning Qing had just thought of this, when an earth-shattering roaring will swept over him. Heaven and earth had reincarnation, and everything was karma. Sure enough, it wanted him to cultivate the Tao of Karma. Ning Qing's mind instantly cleared up. This Karma Tao strip could explode his ring, and it came out at this time. From this, it showed that the origin of this Tao strip wasn't simple. Ning Qing suddenly felt a lingering fear. If his mysterious yellow bead hadn't taken its embryonic form because of the chaos chi of the 5 elements, he wouldn't have been able to put the true spirit world into the mysterious yellow bead. Similarly, Yan Ji wouldn't have been able to enter the mysterious yellow bead. If the Karma Tao strip came out and affected his Tao foundation and forced him to change his Tao, it wouldn't just be an ordinary ring and a bunch of spirit crystals and pills, but his true spirit world. Once his true spirit world exploded, what would happen to Yan Ji? Ning Qing's back oozed cold sweat. The Tao of Karma was about to choose a successor, and it just so happened that it had chosen him. But he had always cultivated the mysterious yellow formless, so how could he cultivate the Tao of Karma? The Tao charm of samsara once again appeared. It showed that if he didn't change his Tao of Karma, he would once again fall into an endless cycle of reincarnation. I do want to cultivate the Karma Tao strip, but it's not the Tao of Karma, but the Grand Karma Spirit technique. My Tao is the Tao of returning to one, and my cultivation method is the mysterious yellow formless. 1,000 Tao reincarnations have no beginning and end, and all karma return to one. The Tao charm of Ning Qing's spiritual platform instantly became clear, and the Tao sense roared around him, suppressing the Tao charm of samsara. Your reincarnation has no beginning and end, and your karma is endless, return to one. Chapter 1047. Boom! At that moment, Ning Qing felt his entire body rumble as a clear and powerful great Tao power poured into him. The entire heaven and earth became clear as surging Tao runes condensed. The embryonic form of the return to one Tao finally appeared. Ning Qing slowly stood up, and his eyes regained their calm. 3 months were about to pass. Under the influence of the Karma Tao slip, his spirituality had erupted and he had an instant epiphany. Finally, he had succeeded in Tao birth. Once he reached Tao birth, his Tao runes became extremely solid and showed no signs of instability. Although he was only at the early stage Tao birth, the Tao runes flowed smoothly like someone who had reached Tao birth for many years. They were one with his body and did not feel abrupt at all. During the 2 or 3 years in the tree ring, he seemed to have only done one thing, which was reincarnation after reincarnation. It was not until the last moment that he suddenly had an epiphany and advanced to Tao birth. During this period, he did not use any Tao pills or any external objects. He only relied on his epiphany. Ning Cheng did not look into the depths of the tree ring. During the cultivation of the 10th ring mark, he knew that he could not reach the end of the tree ring. Previously, he had thought that he could go deeper, but that view might not be right. Going deeper did not mean that he could cultivate in a more stable manner, nor did it mean that he could integrate into the Tao runes and laws of the tree ring. The tree ring was not as simple as he had imagined. Perhaps it was a kind of luck that he had stayed in the 10th ring and not entered the 11th ring. It was a kind of luck that had saved his life. Ning Cheng did not cultivate the karma grand spiritual ability. If he wanted to cultivate such a spiritual ability now, his understanding of the Tao runes and laws was far from enough. He took out a ring again and put the karma Tao slip inside. Although Ning Cheng knew that no matter how strong the karma Tao slip was, it could not destroy his mysterious yellow bead, he still did not put it inside. After all, he had borrowed this Tao slip. Sooner or later, it would escape from his ring and go find Jiang Man, Union Master. Ning Cheng walked out of the tree ring and found Si Chen Chiu Tian standing on the green grass again. Not only was Si Chen Chiu Tian here, but Jean Molong, who had brought him into the tree ring, was also here. Besides Si Chen Chiu Tian and Jean Molong was a white-haired old man. Looking at this white-haired old man, Ning Cheng had a feeling in his heart that this person was definitely a powerhouse. His strength definitely far surpassed that of Situ Chen, Chiu Tian and Jean Molong. Ning Cheng, you really did it. When Minister Chiu Tian saw Ning Cheng, he knew that Ning Cheng had successfully reached the Tao birth realm. Not only did he succeed in Tao birth, but Ning Cheng's grand Tao's Tao charm was also very condensed. Congratulations on reaching the Tao birth, Tao friend Ning. Jean Molong was the first to greet Ning Cheng. Si Chen Chiu Tian quickly spoke up, Ning Cheng, this is Patriarch Li Feng of the mysterious crossing ancient clan. He has been waiting for you for 2 days. No wonder he's so powerful. He's actually the patriarch of the mysterious crossing clan. I wonder if he's already reached Tao integration long ago. Ning Cheng had seen Tao perfection powerhouses before, but unfortunately, Ancestor Kang's cultivation hadn't recovered at all. Therefore, Ning Cheng didn't know how strong a Tao perfection powerhouse was. Greetings, Patriarch Li, greetings, fellow Taoist Jean. It's all thanks to the mysterious fairy ancient clan's life ring tree that I was able to successfully reach the Tao birth. Although Ning Cheng knew that the opportunity for him to cultivate was given to him by Si Chen Chiu Tian, he still wanted to express his gratitude. This time, when he advanced to the Tao birth realm, his harvest in the life ring was truly extraordinary. What's more, Ning Cheng still thought that it would be great if he had the opportunity to cultivate in the life ring tree in the future. With so many powerful opponents, he urgently needed to improve his cultivation level, and the life ring tree was simply a treasure tailor-made for him. Unfortunately, the life ring wasn't his, and the conditions for entering the life ring tree to cultivate seemed a bit high. What made him feel even more helpless was that he didn't have any friendship with the mysterious fairy ancient clan. Tao friend Ning, you're too polite. Tao friend Ning managed to reach the Tao birth realm in such a short time because of your talent and qualifications. Even without the life ring, Tao friend Ning could easily achieve this. If Tao friend Ning doesn't mind, you can come to my mysterious fairy ancient clan as a guest at any time in the future. Li Feng was extremely polite to Ning Cheng and spoke in a warm tone. Jean Malone waited for Li Feng to finish speaking before quickly taking out a jade card and handing it to Ning Cheng. Dao friend Ning, this is my mysterious very ancient clan's teleportation jade card. As the patriarch said, you can come to my mysterious very ancient clan as a guest at any time in the future. Just as he was worried about not having any friendship with the mysterious very ancient clan, the mysterious very ancient clan sent him a jade card. Ning Cheng looked at Si Chen Chiu Tian in doubt. He had nothing to do with the mysterious very ancient clan, so why was the mysterious very ancient clan so polite to him? He knew that it wasn't easy for the mysterious very ancient clan to come in. Si Chen Chiu Tian saw Ning Cheng looking at him and smiled. Patriarchally, you don't have to decline this kind offer. If possible, help the mysterious very ancient clan refine a few cauldrons of Dao pills in the future. So that was the case. Ning Cheng finally understood. Si Chen Chiu Tian must have mentioned his identity as a primordial Dao pill saint, and the mysterious very ancient clan wanted to rope him in, which was why they gave him the jade card. After Ning Cheng understood this, he quickly took the jade card and said, "Many thanks, patriarchally." "Many thanks, Dao friend Jean." He wondered how many times he could enter the mysterious very ancient clan with this jade card. However, he definitely couldn't say this out loud. Although Ning Cheng was a primordial Dao pill saint, he didn't particularly care about Dao pills. He had successfully reached the Dao birth realm in the life ring tree, so he didn't use any Dao pills. Moreover, he felt that he didn't need Dao pills. Instead, he could rely on his understanding of the Grand Tao and the laws of heaven and earth to advance. Ning Cheng also knew that not everyone could be as heaven-defying as him. Most people had to rely on comprehending the laws of Dao pills to advance. In fact, Ning Cheng and Si Chen Chiu Tian had guessed wrong this time. Although the mysterious very ancient clan wanted to befriend Ning Cheng, this wasn't the main reason. The mysterious very ancient clan valued Dao pills, but like Ning Cheng, they didn't need Dao pills. Instead, they relied on their own understanding of the laws of heaven and earth to advance. Li Feng didn't explain Si Chen Chiu Tian's words. Seeing Ning Cheng take the jade card, he nodded and said with a smile, "In the future, my mysterious very ancient clan might have disciples outside. If they encounter any difficulties, I hope that Dao friend Ning can lend them a hand." The mysterious very ancient clan wasn't secluded anymore. Ning Cheng felt very puzzled, but he still quickly said, "If I have the fate to meet the disciples of the mysterious very ancient clan, Ning Cheng will definitely treat them sincerely." Because of Li Feng's enthusiasm, Ning Cheng and Si Chen Chiu Tian were treated as distinguished guests of the mysterious very ancient clan. They stayed for another day before being sent away from the clan. By the time Ning Cheng and Si Chen Chiu Tian returned to the Heaven Essence Sacred City, it had only been a little more than a month since the Five Realms Pill competition. Because Cheng Ho Tian stayed in the Heaven Essence Sacred City, Ba Meng, who was worried about his son, Ba Luo, had already left. Time was of the essence. After Ning Cheng greeted Cheng Ho Tian and the others, he immediately went into seclusion to start refining pills. This time, he still refined the Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pill. Ning Cheng had refined 2 furnaces of Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pills in the past. Although he had failed both times, he had accumulated some experience. This time, when he advanced to the Dao birth realm, his strength had soared, and he could control the laws of heaven and earth's Dao charm more freely. In just half an hour, Ning Cheng started to grab the Supreme Micro Dao Fruit and Sky Ice Words Dao Fruit laws. Ning Cheng finally managed to retain the Dao Fruit laws that had previously collapsed on contact and integrated them into the Dao pill. Another half an hour later, Ning Cheng pulled out 12 Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pills from the pill furnace and put them into the jade bottle. 3 high grade, 4 medium grade, 5 low grade, and no special grade medicinal pills. However, Ning Cheng felt extremely excited. In a sense, this was the first furnace of primordial Dao pills he refined. The reason why he couldn't refine any special-grade medicinal pills was because he didn't have enough strength. If he had grown stronger, combined with his understanding of the Tao of alchemy, he could have even refined 12 special-grade medicinal pills. In just 4 days, Ning Qing finished refining the rest of the Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pills. In the last few furnaces of Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pills, Ning Qing controlled the number of special-grade medicinal pills in each furnace to around 90%. For a primordial Tao pill sage, this result was worth showing off. Refining the 9 Lives Fire Dragon pill was slightly more difficult than refining the Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pill. But with the experience of refining the Supreme Micro Heavenly Ice pill, Ning Qing successfully refined all 5 furnaces of 9 Lives Fire Dragon pills without a single failure. Each furnace of special-grade medicinal pills also maintained around 90%. Ning Qing left the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill for last. Not only was this pill the most difficult to refine out of the 3 Tao pills he wanted to refine, but more importantly, the materials needed to refine this pill were just too precious. There were 2 main types of Tao fruits for the Heaven Essence Tao pill. One was the Heaven Essence fruit, and the other was the Supreme Yin Sacred fruit. The Heaven Essence fruit was of the Yang attribute and carried a strong Sun Tao charm law. The Supreme Yin Sacred fruit was of the Yin attribute and carried a similarly strong Extreme Yin Tao charm law. The most important thing for refining a Tao pill was to integrate the Tao charm law from the Tao fruit into the Tao pill. If it could remain intact, it would be the most perfect Tao pill. Ning Qing only had 5 furnaces of divine grass materials for the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill. Unlike other Tao pills, Tao fruits and law divine grasses were the most difficult to find in other Tao pills. Not only were the Heaven Essence fruit and the Supreme Yin Sacred fruit difficult to find, but there were also more than a dozen auxiliary divine grasses that were extremely difficult to find. Therefore, Ning Qing was extremely careful when he started refining the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill. Even if it was just an auxiliary divine grass, he handled each one with extreme caution. With Ning Qing's level in the Tao of alchemy, he had no problems refining the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill. When extracting the Heaven Essence fruit and the Supreme Yin Sacred fruit's laws, although it was a bit difficult, Ning Qing still managed to do it. But when he integrated the 2 kinds of Tao charm law into the Tao pill, Ning Qing couldn't even stop it. The Tao charm law of the Heaven Essence fruit and the Supreme Yin Sacred fruit directly collapsed. The first furnace of the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill failed unexpectedly. Before this, Ning Qing never thought that the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill would fail in such a way. Even if he refined the 6 Yin Soul pill, he wouldn't have failed without any resistance before taking out the bestowing lawless fruit. The failure of the first furnace of the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill cast a shadow over Ning Qing's heart. The reason for this was that he had a reason for every previous failure. But this time, he didn't know the reason. He only had 5 furnaces of the Heaven Essence Heavenly pill in total. If he failed again, he would have to succeed in the remaining 3 furnaces of medicinal pills. Chapter 1048. Ning Qing did not dare to continue to refine the second batch of Heaven Yuan Heavenly pills, before he was able to find out the reason behind it. Even if he tried to refine 100 batches of Heaven Yuan Heavenly pills, he was afraid that it would still end in failure. Ever since he had learned alchemy, this was the first time he had encountered such a situation. After failing, he did not know the reason. The Heavenly Heaven pill was very precious, but this kind of pill formula was not precious. Basically, all the major sects knew about it. Therefore, Ning Qing did not doubt that there was a problem with the pill recipe. His attainment in the Tao of alchemy most likely stood at the pinnacle of the entire Grand Essence realm. Now that he encountered a problem he couldn't solve, apart from constantly failing several times to find the cause, he could only ask Si Chin Chiu Tian, who was also a legendary Tao Essence pill saint. Otherwise, there really wasn't any other way to solve it. Seeing that Ning Qing had come to find him again, Si Chin Chiu Tian felt very happy. This showed that Ning Qing had a place for him in his heart. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come looking for him, Si Chen Chiu Tian, whenever there was a problem. Ning Cheng, what kind of problem did you come looking for me this time? The Five Realms pill competition was about a month away. Did you come here to discuss the Tao of Alchemy with me? Si Chen Chiu Tian happily invited Ning Cheng into the guest room. After Ning Cheng gave a salute, he spoke, Association Head, I encountered a problem during the process of alchemy, and would like to consult with Association Head. Oh, tell me about it. Si Chen Chiu Tian's face turned solemn. He had personally witnessed Ning Cheng's attainments in the Tao of alchemy. Even if it was him, he would not be able to refine the 6-yin soul pill, but Ning Cheng was actually able to refine it. Not only did he refine them, they were all top-notch pills. Ning Cheng sat down and said, I promised Tao friend Sun Rushuan of the Sunken Fish Palace to refine 5 furnaces of Heaven Essence Tao pills for her. Now that I've refined the first furnace, I've failed. Failure isn't a big deal, but I don't even know where I failed. After listening to Ning Cheng's words, Si Chen Chiu Tian remained silent for a long time before saying with a long sigh, Ning Cheng, everyone knows that I'm a primordial Tao alchemy saint, but everyone knows that I never refine pills for others. Do you know why? Ning Cheng shook his head, I don't know. Chiu Tian sighed again, the reason why I don't refine pills for others is because of the Heavenly Heaven pill. Seeing Ning Cheng looking at him with a puzzled expression, Si Chen Chiu Tian spoke up in a low voice, I have refined a total of 51 sets of Heavenly Heaven Essence pills. Ah! Ning Cheng was truly shocked this time. How could Ning Cheng not know the value of the Heaven Essence Heavenly Pills Tao fruit and the value of the divine grasses? After so many years, the Sunken Fish Palace had only managed to make 5 furnaces after so much effort. Of course, this was what Sun Rushuan had said. As for whether the Sunken Fish Palace only had the materials for 5 furnaces of heavenly elixir, he wasn't sure. There was at least one thing that was beyond doubt, and that was that the ingredients of the heavenly pill were extremely precious. Si Chen Chiu Tian had actually refined 51 batches of pills by himself. This pill sage's wealth was simply unimaginable. Ning Cheng believed that if Si Chen Chiu Tian wasn't a primordial Tao pill saint, he wouldn't have been able to obtain so many Heavenly Heaven pill materials for refining. Si Chen Chiu Tian's tone was even more dejected. But I didn't succeed even once. How is this possible? Ning Cheng spoke in a startled voice, as far as I know, the Heavenly Heaven pill is a pill recipe handed down from ancient times, it is absolutely not wrong. How is it possible for the association head to refine 51 batches of pills, and not even one batch was successful? There was another sentence that Ning Cheng didn't say. That is, as a primordial Tao pill saint, if he failed to refine the same kind of pill 51 batches, it would be shameful for him to be a primordial Tao pill saint. There is absolutely no problem with the pill recipe, because I have seen the Heavenly Heaven pill, which means that someone has refined the Heavenly Heaven pill before. Not only that, the Great Change Realm also has the Heavenly Heaven pill, Si Chen Chiu Tian said with certainty. After saying that, without waiting for Ning Cheng to ask, he continued, at our level of alchemy Tao, refining 51 batches of the same kind of pill without success made me doubt my alchemy Tao. I didn't dare to continue refining the Heavenly Heaven pill, and because of this, cracks appeared in my Tao heart. The pills I refined were collected by many sects, but I couldn't give them an answer. However, they didn't blame me, and they didn't even take back the Heavenly Heaven pill materials they gave me, which made me feel very guilty. After I lost my confidence in the alchemy Tao, I focused my energy on the alchemy meeting. During the last alchemy meeting selection, I took out the 5 Heaven Essence fruits, which were left over from refining the Heavenly Heaven pill. Even if I don't refine the Heavenly Heaven pill with the Heaven Essence fruit, it can still enhance my understanding of the primordial Tao realm. I didn't dare to waste this Heaven and Earth Tao fruit, which is almost impossible to find, so I took it out as a prize. Ning Cheng finally understood why the last selection reward was 5 Heaven Essence fruits. It turned out that there was a hidden story behind it. Whether it was the martial Tao, the dermic Tao or the alchemy Tao, losing confidence was the most terrifying thing. No wonder he always felt that Si Chen Chiu Tian was a little depressed. If he had refined 51 batches of such precious heavenly heaven pills without success, it would have shaken his Tao heart. Association Master, did you find the reason why you failed 51 batches of heavenly heaven pills in a row? Ning Cheng asked nervously. He came here because he couldn't find the reason. He knew that an excellent alchemy sage would always know part of the reason for his failure after his own pill refining failed. Even if he didn't know everything, as long as he slowly corrected it, he would eventually succeed. Si Chen Chiu Tian's face turned slightly pale. He shook his head silently and didn't speak. Ning Cheng sucked in a breath of cold air. Si Chen Chiu Tian was a primordial Tao alchemy sage. How could his alchemy Tao be simple? A primordial Tao alchemy sage, even if he failed 51 batches of heavenly heaven pills in a row, could find many reasons. However, Si Chen Chiu Tian failed 51 batches of heavenly heaven pills in a row, and he couldn't find the reason. Someone had refined the heavenly heaven pill before, and Si Chen Chiu Tian had also seen the heavenly heaven pill before. Therefore, it shouldn't be a problem with the pill recipe or the divine grass. Could it be that only a primordial Tao alchemy sage could refine such a pill? After coming to the Grand Essence realm, he had seen many ancient books on the alchemy Tao. The difficulty of refining the heavenly heaven pill ranked far behind the 6 soul pill. Ning Cheng's heart sank. Although he had only failed one batch of heavenly heaven pills, if he couldn't find the reason, he would most likely end up in the same situation as Si Chen Chiu Tian and lose confidence in the alchemy Tao. His Tao of returning to one contained the Tao of alchemy. If he lost confidence in the Tao of alchemy, his Tao of returning to one wouldn't be as perfect as before. After a long time, Si Chen Chiu Tian finally spoke up. For so many years, I've been thinking about the same question. That is, what's the reason for the failure of the heavenly heaven pill? I've also suspected the pill recipe, but I've repeatedly deduced this pill recipe without any mistakes. I've also studied many ancient pill recipes, and the heavenly heaven pill's pill recipe isn't a secret. Most of them are exactly the same. The subtle differences don't have much of an impact. Ning Cheng knew that he hadn't reached Si Chen Chiu Tian's level yet, so he couldn't deduce the heavenly heaven pill's pill recipe without any mistakes. It wasn't because his alchemy Tao wasn't as good as Si Chen Chiu Tian, but because his cultivation hadn't reached the Tao essence realm. If he wanted to deduce the pill recipe for advancing to the Tao essence realm, his cultivation would have to reach the Tao essence realm, or his grand Tao's Tao charm would have to reach the Tao essence realm. In recent years, I've come up with a possible reason. What's the reason? Ning Cheng couldn't wait to ask. Si Chen Chiu Tian said in a low voice, I've repeatedly checked the last time the heavenly heaven pill appeared and found that the few remaining heavenly heaven pills appeared before the Grand Essence realm's heaven and earth laws shattered. Since the Grand Essence realm's heaven and earth laws shattered, no heavenly heaven pill has appeared. Many sects and cultivators use the heaven essence fruit to comprehend the primordial Tao realm instead of refining the heaven essence heavenly elixir. Association Master, are you saying that the Grand Essence realm's heaven and earth laws are incomplete, which makes us unable to refine the heavenly heaven pill? Not because our alchemy Tao level isn't high enough. Ning Cheng spoke out in shock. He subconsciously felt that this statement was correct. Otherwise, there was no reason why he couldn't find any reason for failure. Si Chen Chiu Tian nodded with a solemn expression, this is the reason I speculated. As for whether it's true or not, I've never tried it. But Association Master, you've been to the Grand Change realm. Why didn't you try refining in the Grand Change realm? Ning Cheng asked hurriedly. Si Chen Chiu Tian shook his head, I have the title of a primordial Tao pill saint, but I can't refine primordial Tao pills anymore. Ning Cheng fell silent. He understood what Si Chen Chiu Tian meant. It was because Si Chen Chiu Tian had lost confidence in his alchemy Dao. Was there anything more tragic than an alchemy Dao expert losing confidence in his alchemy Dao? Ning Qing didn't ask Si Chen Chiu Tian why he didn't take out the materials to let the Grand Change Realm's primordial Dao pill saint refine it. Even he wouldn't do such a thing. An Elixir Association's association master, who led a team to the Grand Change Realm to participate in the pill competition, had to ask the Grand Change Realm's pill saint to refine pills. This was worse than losing confidence in the alchemy Dao. Association master, is it because the Grand Change Realm's heaven and earth laws that the 5 realms pill competition is held in the Grand Change Realm? Ning Qing asked. Si Chen Chiu Tian looked at Ning Qing and said, I also thought about it. Now it seems that it's really the reason. I didn't know that a primordial Dao pill saint like you would appear in the pill discussion conference. Otherwise, I would have left a few furnaces of heavenly heaven pills for you to refine in the Grand Change Realm. Association Master, don't worry. I still have a few furnaces of heavenly heaven pill materials. I'll go find Sun Rushuan later. If she wants, I'll take her to the Grand Change Realm. If she doesn't want to, I believe that there will always be a chance in the future. Ning Qing comforted him. He had to find the real reason and restore Si Chen Chiu Tian's confidence in the alchemy Dao. After leaving Si Chen Chiu Tian's cave, Ning Qing didn't immediately go to find Sun Rushuan. Instead, he returned to Sword 3 Mountains Cave. He wanted to refine another furnace of heavenly heaven pills. Not for anything else, but because he felt that Si Chen Chiu Tian's ideas over the years were correct. The reason why the heavenly heaven pill couldn't be refined was because the heaven and earth laws of the Grand Essence Realm were incomplete. He wanted to refine another furnace because he had the 5-element Chaos Qi. The 5-element Chaos Qi was formed after the Chaos Qi merged with the 5 elements of heaven and earth. If the heavenly heaven pill failed because of the incomplete heaven and earth laws, then the 5-element Chaos Qi could definitely make up for this deficiency. Chapter 1049. If it were any other time, Ning Qing would never have used 5-elemental Chaos Qi to refine primordial Dao pills. This was because the 5-elemental Chaos energy itself was more precious than the primordial Dao pill. It was just like using the incomparably precious bestowing lawless fruit to refine the 6-Yin soul pill. It was also an act that outweighed the gains. But now, Ning Qing urgently needed to know if his failure to refine the Heaven Essence Heavenly Pill was caused by the incomplete laws of the Grand Essence Realm. Carefully taking out the materials for the second batch of Heaven Essence Heavenly Pills, Ning Qing brought out the furnace. This time, Ning Qing used the Celestial River Flame. Compared to the Nameless Flame, Ning Qing preferred the Celestial River Flame. Ning Qing melted the divine grasses and removed the impurities, leaving behind only the essence of the spiritual liquid. Ning Qing also sent the Heaven Essence fruit and the Extreme Yin sacred fruit into the furnace. At the same time, Ning Qing captured the Dao charm laws of these 2 Dao fruits. At the same time, Ning Qing sent 5 different attributes of primal Chaos Qi into the pill furnace. As soon as the 5-elemental Chaos Qi entered the cauldron, the spirit liquid origin essence and the Dao fruit law Dao runes within the cauldron stabilized. They were no longer as erratic as before. Heaven Essence Fruit Dao Fruit Law, condense a Dao core for me. Great Yin Sacred Fruit, Dao Fruit Law, form a Dao core for me. For the first time in his life, Ning Qing shot out one pill art after another, constantly injecting his own Dao of Alchemy's Dao charm into it. The essence of the pill liquid fused, the Dao runes of the 2 Dao fruits fused, and the alchemy Dao laws fused again. All the rules had returned to one. The heavenly pill had been formed, the pill aura had fused, and the Dao pill had taken shape. Ning Qing showed neither sorrow nor joy, his whole person was as calm as a stone. Since planting the first divine grass, Ning Qing hadn't encountered any obstacles. His first cauldron of heavenly pill had failed because the Dao rune laws of the 2 Dao fruits had inexplicably dissipated when they fused into the Dao core. However, there was nothing wrong with this cauldron of pills up until now. 6 hours later, a burst of pill fragrance wafted out. Ning Qing knew that the heaven essence Dao pill was about to form. From the looks of it, Situ Chen and Qiu Tian's deduction was correct. The laws of heaven and earth here were broken, and it was indeed not suitable for refining the heavenly Qianyuan pill. 12 milky white pills flew out of the furnace, and fell into the jade bottle that Ning Qing had prepared. The pill tribulation that Ning Qing had been guarding against didn't appear, which made Ning Qing suspect that the last pill tribulation wasn't because of the 6 soul pill, but because of the bestowing lawless fruit. Each of the 12 heavenly pills contained a powerful Taoist aura. Not only that, but there were also traces of the chaotic aura of the 5 elements. This kind of heavenly heaven pill was many times better than ordinary heavenly heaven pills. Ning Qing took out a heavenly heaven pill and placed it in the palm of his hand. On the surface of the milky white pill, one after another pill line after another flowed out, it looked very pleasing to the eye. Putting away the heavenly heaven pill, Ning Qing decided to refine a furnace of heavenly heaven pill in the great change realm without adding any 5 elements origin qi. The heaven essence heavenly pill couldn't be refined in the grand essence realm because the laws of heaven and earth were incomplete. Star Stepping Tower, Ning Qing really didn't want to come here. However, he had to come because Qin Rushuan lived in the Star Stepping Tower. He had broken his promise twice in a row, and he still needed Qin Rushuan's materials for the heavenly pill, so he could only take the initiative to visit her. I felt that something good would happen today. Sure enough, Pill Sage Ning is here. Qin Rushuan happily opened the room's restriction and welcomed Ning Qing into the room. After Ning Qing entered the room, he found at the Sunken Fish Palace's Palace Master Wan and Yin Yueshu were also there. He had to greet them one by one. Palace Master Wan's status was higher than his. As for Yin Yueshu, he still owed her a favor. Since Pill Sage Ning is here, the medicinal pills must have been refined. Unexpectedly, Palace Master Wan, who didn't like to talk, suddenly spoke to Ning Qing. Ning Qing cupped his fists again and said, "The supreme heavenly ice pill has been refined. Here are the medicinal pills." After saying that, Ning Qing took out 9 jade bottles and placed them on the table. Qin Rushuan quickly grabbed one of the jade bottles and scanned it with her spiritual consciousness. Then, she said with great satisfaction, "Many thanks, Pill Sage Ning. Pill Sage Ning really lives up to his reputation. You actually have a 90% top-grade medicinal pill." She heard Ning Qing say that the supreme heavenly ice pill had been refined, but he didn't mention the heavenly heaven pill. She knew that Ning Qing had encountered some problems while refining the heavenly heaven pill. The reason she said this in advance was that she didn't want Palace Master Wan and Ning Qing to become enemies. After all, Ning Qing was a primordial Dao alchemy saint. 5 batches of heavenly heaven pills was a shocking value. However, if Ning Qing failed, it wouldn't do the Sunken Fish Palace any good if they became enemies with him. The Sunken Fish Palace didn't have the means to kill Ning Qing. Even if they could, so what? Palace Master Wan said indifferently, "That is to say, Pill Sage Ning didn't refine the heavenly heaven pill." Ning Qing cupped his fists and said, "I would like to ask Palace Master Wan if you know that the heavenly heaven pill is very difficult to refine. Is that why you haven't asked anyone else to refine it?" Ning Qing believed that the Sunken Fish Palace definitely knew about the difficulty of refining the heavenly heaven pill. Since they knew about it, they still asked him to refine the heavenly heaven pill and didn't say that they wouldn't pursue the matter if the refinement failed. Qin Rushuan quickly said, "Pill Sage Ning, the heavenly heaven pill is indeed difficult to refine. The Sunken Fish Palace has never given the heavenly heaven pill to others because there are only 2 primordial Dao alchemy saints in the entire Great Essence realm. Apart from Pill Sage Ning, there's only Guild Master Si Chen, Qiu Tian. Pill Sage Ning also knows that Guild Master Si Chen never helps others refine pills. Therefore, we can only find Pill Sage Ning. We don't have any other intentions." Ning Qing felt embarrassed. He was a primordial Tao alchemy saint, so he didn't think that a primordial Tao alchemy saint was anything special. This was because he was in this mountain. Now that Qin Rushuan said the reason, he came to his senses. Just as Qin Rushuan said, he seemed to be the only one in the entire Great Essence realm who was qualified to refine the Heavenly Heaven pill. If the Sunken Fish Palace didn't choose him, who else could they choose? Seeing Ning Cheng's embarrassment, Qin Rushuan asked, "Is there a problem with refining the Heavenly Heaven pill?" Ning Qing didn't hide it this time and said honestly, "Yes, my first batch of Heavenly Heaven pill failed, so I didn't dare to continue refining. Later, I asked the guild master, and he told me that it was probably due to the incomplete laws of the Great Essence realm. Therefore, I didn't refine the next few batches of pills. I came here to discuss something with senior apprentice sister Ru Xian. That is, allow me to bring the materials of the Heavenly Heaven pill to the Great Change realm for refining. If it doesn't work, I can compensate for the loss of the materials of the Heavenly Heaven pill and return the unrefined materials to you." Ning Qing didn't hide the reason why he failed to refine the Heavenly Heaven pill. He felt that the Great Essence realm was already lacking in resources. If everyone was like Si Chen and Qiu Tian, wasting 51 batches of pills to find the reason, then the Great Essence realm would grow weaker and weaker. He told this reason so that Qin Rushuan could spread the word and tell others that the Heavenly Heaven pill couldn't be refined in the Great Essence realm. As for the batch of Heavenly Heaven pills he refined, Ning Qing didn't want to give it away. His batch of pills contained the 5-element Chaos Qi, which made it many times more valuable than ordinary Heavenly Heaven pills. So that was the case. After hearing Ning Cheng's words, Palace Master Wan's face turned a lot better. Qin Rushuan said, "Since my Sunken Fish Palace chose to ask Pill Sage Ning to refine the Heavenly Heaven pill, we will believe in Pill Sage Ning. Pill Sage Ning, please bring the pills into the Great Change realm for refining. Even if all of them fail, my Sunken Fish Palace will not say anything. If Pill Sage Ning can get a ranking in the 5-realm pill competition, I only hope that you can leave one for my Sunken Fish Palace." Qin Rushuan's words made Ning Qing feel very comfortable. He cupped his fists and replied, "Senior Sister Rushuan, don't worry. If I can really get a ranking in the 5-realm pill competition, I will definitely leave one for the Sunken Fish Palace. In that case, I'll take my leave first." "Okay, Yueshu, see Pill Sage Ning out." Qin Rushuan didn't want to keep Ning Qing. After all, the palace master had given Ning Qing a hard time. Yes. Without waiting for Ning Qing to refuse, Yin Yueshu opened the room's restriction and walked out. "Junior Sister Yueshu, please come in." "I still have something to do," said Ning Qing politely after following Yin Yueshu out. He was going to send Gong Shimao's pill over. Since she was easy to talk to, he didn't want others to think that he was a primordial Tao alchemy saint. Yin Yueshu didn't go in. Instead, she lowered her head and said in a very low voice, "I want to invite Big Brother Ning to Heaven Essence Sacred City. I wonder if Big Brother Ning is free." When Ning Qing heard this, he knew what Yin Yueshu was thinking. Yin Yueshu wanted to befriend him through the relationship between a man and a woman. However, he didn't feel any affection from Yin Yueshu. In other words, Yin Yueshu wanted to befriend him just to use him. This woman really thought highly of herself. She had even dared to use such low-level means on him. "I'm really sorry. I have a lot of things to do these days. I really can't accompany you to the streets." "Don't worry. If you want me to refine a furnace of elixir pills in the future, I definitely won't refuse." Ning Cheng's words were very clear. "I owe you a favor. Helping you refine a furnace of elixir pills is enough to repay it. As for other ideas, we'll mind our own business. Don't waste my time." He. Alchemy Sage Ning is really unromantic. A beautiful woman invited you to go shopping. She wants to date you, but you actually refused. A crisp voice rang out. Then, a woman in black with a veil over her face appeared not far away. Star-stepping Tower Master. Ning Cheng's eyes narrowed and he became vigilant. He now had a Dao birth cultivation level, while the Star-stepping Tower Master shouldn't have reached primordial chaos. Ning Cheng believed that even if the other party suddenly attacked, he would have two choices. One was to rush into Cin Rushuan's room, and the second was to take out the god-slaying bead and rush out of the Star-stepping Tower. However, Ning Cheng believed that the Star-stepping Tower Master would not dare to make a move. Both of his options were for precaution. Date? Ning Cheng frowned slightly, as he obviously didn't understand the meaning of these two words. However, he was even more certain that the Star-stepping Tower Master was from Earth. If this woman had really poisoned Cheng Ho Tian, then she was definitely sinister and cunning. The Star-stepping Tower Master stared at Ning Cheng with a smile in his eyes. You really don't know how to date. Then let me tell you. This woman is in heat and wants to sleep with you. Yin Yueshu couldn't stand such shameless words. Her face turned cold as she bowed to Ning Cheng and turned to leave. If someone else had dared to say this, she would have killed them. Chapter 1050. The Star-stepping Tower Master didn't even look at Yin Yueshu. Clearly, he didn't care about her. He still looked at Ning Cheng with a smile. Alchemy Sage Ning, it's not easy for you to come to the Star-stepping Tower. Why don't you come to my place and sit for a while? Let me play the host. Ning Cheng calmly cupped his fists and spoke, many thanks to the Pavilion Master, but I still have something important to take care of, and will not be able to go today. When I'm free in the future, I'll pay you a visit again. Sigh. The Star-stepping Tower Master gave out a sad sigh. I always felt that I had a special affinity with Pill Sage Ning, so I always thought that Pill Sage Ning was from the same hometown. That's why I didn't hesitate to offend Man Huishan to help you last time. Now that Man Huishan is a Dao fusion powerhouse, I don't think my Star-stepping Tower will be able to operate for much longer. My life is so bitter. It wasn't easy for me to find a stable place, but after a few days, I have to leave again. The Star-stepping Tower Master's voice became more and more mournful, making people unable to help but sympathize with him. It was as if she had helped Ning Cheng, but ended up being implicated by Ning Cheng. Ning Cheng calmly replied, Tower Master, you're overthinking it. I believe that as long as Tower Master takes out a few bottles of good medicinal pills, a Dao fusion powerhouse would definitely help Tower Master stop Man Huishan. Ning Cheng was ridiculing the Star-stepping Tower Master. Wouldn't you help me for the sake of those 10 bottles of Empyrean consciousness transmutation pills? Besides, you didn't even lift a finger. The implication behind his words was that even if he didn't give the 10 bottles of Empyrean consciousness transmutation pills to the Star-stepping Tower's master, if he gave it to someone else, someone would definitely help him. The Star-stepping Tower Master acted as if he couldn't understand Ning Cheng's words and spoke with sincerity, Pill Sage Ning, this is what I need your help with. I want to ask you to help me refine a few furnaces of medicinal pills in case of emergencies. This woman's skin was really thick. Ning Cheng was too lazy to continue talking with her. Putting on an expression as if he had received a message, he said, Oh, President Cheng is still waiting for me. I have to go back and heal my wounds. I can't talk to you anymore. Goodbye. While speaking, Ning Cheng's figure flashed and appeared at the entrance of the Star-stepping Tower. Bang! A powerful blocking force appeared in front of Ning Cheng, abruptly blocking Ning Cheng's path. Ning Cheng's expression turned serious, and his domain instantly unfolded. At the same time, a long spear also appeared in his hand. Could it be that the Tower Lord wants to force me to stay? Has the building master considered the consequences? Ning Cheng's tone was awe-inspiring, overflowing with murderous intent. If the Star-stepping Tower Master dared to make a move, he would immediately call Cin Rushuan to help. The Star-stepping Tower Master's eyes changed a few times, as if thinking about Ning Cheng's words. After a few breaths, she smiled, how is that possible? Pill Sage Ning is the Heaven Essence Sacred City's Tao Essence Pill Sage. No matter how bold I am, I wouldn't dare to attack Pill Sage Ning. I really want to invite Pill Sage Ning to my place for a chat. We can be very good friends. Ning Cheng stared at the Star-Stepping Tower's master with a sarcastic gaze and slowly spoke up, "You're wrong. We weren't friends before, and we won't be friends now. It's even more impossible for us to be friends in the future. If I make friends with someone like you, I might be stabbed in the back in the next moment. I still want to live a few more years." After Ning Cheng finished speaking, he didn't wait for the Star-Stepping Tower master to speak at all. With a turn of his body, the array formation restrictions blocking his path crumbled like paper. The next moment, Ning Cheng disappeared without a trace. Since the Star-Stepping Tower master dared to tear apart all pretense of cordiality and forcibly stop him, then she shouldn't blame him for speaking straightforwardly. Ning Cheng had experienced a lot of people and things, and after interacting with the Star-Stepping Tower master a few times, he understood that this woman was very powerful. Moreover, she was the kind of woman who wouldn't hesitate to stab people in the back for her own interests. He wouldn't have anything to do with such a woman unless he was tired of living. Hearing Ning Cheng's words, the Star-Stepping Tower master's murderous aura overflowed from her body, causing the entire space to tremble under her murderous aura. In the end, she held back her killing intent and didn't dare to attack Ning Cheng. Instead, she watched as Ning Cheng tore through the restrictions and calmly walked away. After Ning Cheng disappeared, the killing intent in her eyes slowly disappeared, replaced by pain and unconcealable sadness. Seeing that the Star-Stepping Tower master didn't attack him, Ning Cheng felt slightly relieved. After leaving the Star-Stepping Tower and confirming that the Star-Stepping Tower master didn't chase after him, he carefully put away a bead. After sending out Gong Shimao's medicinal pill, Ning Cheng returned to his cave on Sword 3 Mountains. Ning Cheng didn't investigate the destruction of Xi and Xiu's pill building in Heaven Essence Sacred City or the poisoning of Cheng Ho Tian. It wasn't that he didn't want to do so, but his strength was still too low. Even if he found out who did it, he couldn't do anything about it. Ning Cheng didn't go into seclusion to refine pills again. Some of the sects who had been blocked from visiting Ning Cheng once again came to Sword 3 Mountains cave and started to visit Ning Cheng. One after another, they offered to support Ning Cheng, but Ning Cheng declined them one by one. So far, he hadn't promised anyone except for the quota for the Sunken Fish Palace. If he couldn't get the quota, he would end up owing them a favor. If he got the quota, he could put it up for auction. He believed that the harvest would be even greater. 10 days passed by in a flash, and many powerhouses gathered outside the Heavenly Pill Gathering. A silver void airship stopped on the public square outside the Pill Gathering. Everyone knew that today was the day when the Grand Essence Realm Pill Gatherings Association Master, Situ Chin Chotian, would bring people to the Grand Change Realm to participate in the 5 Realms Pill competition. Ning Cheng sent off Cheng Ho Tian and arrived at the Pill Association's public square. The Pill Association's association head, Si Chin Chotian, was already standing on the deck of the silver airship. Ning Cheng also knew the person standing next to Si Chin Chotian. He was Protector Ju, a late-stage primordial chaos expert from the Elixir Association. Behind Si Chin Chotian were the Immortal Corpse Sex Dao Transformation Alchemy Sage Do Jiangshi, the Great Divine Pill Sex Dao Transformation Alchemy Sage Jing Han, the Heaven Essence Sacred City Lord Mansions Dao Transformation Alchemy Sage Lo Shizhen, the Flaming Feather God Mountains Dao Transformation Alchemy Sage Yan Kuifu, and the Missing Moon Valleys Dao Birth Alchemy Sage Mei Shiuan. Pill Sage Ning sure is hard to invite. So many people are waiting for you. Seeing Ning Cheng come over, Jing Han spoke with an indifferent tone. Ning Cheng had stolen his limelight several times. Not only did he lose his face, but also caused him to suffer a great loss. It would be a strange thing for him to feel good about it. More importantly, Ning Cheng had attacked his Tao of alchemy, which was a deep hatred. Other people's alchemy Tao was improving, but recently, he felt that he was regressing. He originally thought that in the Grand Essence realm, apart from Si Chen Chiotian, he should be the number one pill sage and the number one alchemy genius. Ning Cheng's challenge made him understand that even apart from Si Chen Chiotian, he wasn't the number one pill sage. He wasn't even the second. Because of this, his confidence in the Tao of alchemy had been destroyed by Ning Cheng. Especially when Ning Cheng refined the 6 soul pill, he almost felt lost at that moment. Ning Cheng had wasted some time sending Ching Ho Tian away, but he didn't care about Jing Han at all. Jing Han didn't deserve to be his opponent. His opponent was an expert from the Grand Change realm. Si Chen Chiotian saw Ning Cheng arrive and nodded with a smile. Everyone's here. Let's go. As Si Chen Chiotian's words fell, the silver airship drew a silver fox in the sky above Heaven Essence Sacred City and rushed out of the city. It soon disappeared into the void. The airship moved extremely fast and rushed out of the Grand Essence Realm's shackles in a short time and entered the vast void. Si Chen Chiotian looked at everyone with a smile and said, "There aren't many people on this airship. Everyone can find a room you like." The teleportation array from the Grand Essence Realm to the Five Realms Void City will take a few years. Mei Xiuan was the only woman representing the Grand Essence Realm in the pill competition. Moreover, she also had the lowest attainment in the Tao of alchemy. After hearing Si Chen Chiotian's words, she immediately bowed and asked, "Association Master, may I ask where the Five Realms Void City's teleportation array is?" "The periphery of the Grand Change Realm." Si Chen Chiotian chuckled. The Five Realms Void City's teleportation array is just a teleportation platform in the void. But it's a planar teleportation array. This teleportation platform leads directly to a void sacred city called the Five Realms Void City. There's still a long way to go from the Five Realms Void City to the Grand Change Realm. Most airships heading to the Grand Change Realm will first enter the Five Realms Void City. After resting for a while, someone will take us to the Grand Change Realm. Mei Xiuan asked the question that everyone wanted to ask. No one asked anything else and everyone went to the inner cabin to find a place to rest. Ning Cheng had observed the silver airship as soon as he came in. It was a purely speed-type airship, even faster than his starry sky wheel. Of course, his strength was limited, and he couldn't bring out the full speed of the starry sky wheel. Every room on the airship had abundant spirit chi and was in a good location. Ning Cheng casually found a room and directly arranged his array formation. A few years, for a cultivator at the Sage Emperor level, was just a single seclusion. Ning Cheng wasn't in the mood to chat with the other pill saints. Jing Han didn't see eye to eye with him, and Do Jiangshi should have already been possessed. Besides, Ning Cheng also didn't like the Immortal Corpse sect. As for Lu Shizhen losing to him, it would be strange if he could talk to him. He didn't know Yan Kuaifu and Mei Xiuan at all. No matter how many years the airship took, he had something to do. What he wanted to do was not to cultivate but to refine the Void Cold Light Spear. He had once purchased a large piece of Void Cold Light Iron from Big Dipper 7 Peaks Mo Wenshang. Taking advantage of this time, he wanted to refine a Void Cold Light Spear. For a long time, Ning Cheng didn't have a suitable weapon. He couldn't control the Nirvana Spear with his spiritual consciousness and couldn't exert its power at all. As for the Good Fortune Divine Spear, not to mention that he couldn't refine it now, even if he could, he couldn't. He lacked materials. Initially, he had bought the Void Cold Light Iron to refine a long spear. However, he never had the time. Ning Cheng didn't immediately take out the Void Cold Light Iron to refine. Instead, he took out a pile of artifact crafting materials and started to refine a spirit artifact. His artifact crafting methods were still a bit weak. If he wanted to refine the Void Cold Light Iron into a top-grade weapon, he had to improve his attainments in the crafting Tao first. He wasn't the only one who could see the preciousness of the Void Cold Light Iron. Even Do Jiangshi, who had possessed him, could see it. This was a top-grade material containing Void Tao charm. Compared to Dao fruits, it was many times more precious. The reason why Mo Wensheng couldn't sell the void cold light iron wasn't because of the materials, but because no one could melt this iron. The reason why Ning Cheng believed that he could melt this iron, apart from his returning to one Dao and celestial river flame, was his law-breaking spirit technique. Chapter 1051. Ning Cheng could already refine middle-grade spirit artifacts. Even high-grade spirit artifacts could be refined by chance. But now that Ning Cheng concentrated on crafting Dao, coupled with all kinds of artifact crafting materials, his artifact crafting level soared in a short time. A year later, Ning Cheng could easily refine top-grade high-grade spirit artifacts. It was just that the materials for top-grade spirit artifacts were too rare. No matter how rich Ning Cheng was, he couldn't use the materials to refine top-grade spirit artifacts to practice. Otherwise, he could even refine top-grade spirit artifacts. I should be able to refine a void cold light spear now, Ning Cheng thought as he stopped his practice and took out the void cold light iron that was the size of a small hill. A cyan light radiated out, permeating with a chill. Under this icy aura, the space in the room even froze. When Ning Cheng's spiritual consciousness came into contact with the hill-like void cold light iron, he could vaguely feel traces of Dao charm. Ning Cheng raised his hand, and the starry sky like celestial river flame fell on the void cold light iron. As Ning Cheng expected, his flame had already advanced to a spirit flame, but it still couldn't do anything to this void cold light iron. Even if it melted extremely slowly. At this rate of melting, even cutting open this piece of void cold light metal would not be something that could be done in a few years, let alone forging a god artifact. Ning Cheng had already prepared himself for this situation. If the void cold light iron could be cut so easily, then he wouldn't have needed to buy it. Many people could see the Dao charm laws contained within the void cold light iron. Moreover, this iron had to wait for him to buy it, so it naturally wouldn't melt so easily. Ning Cheng was a primordial Dao pill saint and cultivated the Dao of returning to one. He believed that whether it was the Dao of alchemy, crafting Dao, or array Dao, they all had something in common. Refining Dao pills required condensing Dao fruit laws. Now that he wanted to refine a spirit artifact, he naturally needed to condense the void Dao charm within the void cold light iron. As the Dao of returning to one permeated the void cold light iron, Ning Cheng's spiritual consciousness began to capture the Dao charm aura within. Before Ning Cheng could capture the Dao charm aura within the void cold light iron, an inexplicable force came from the void cold light iron. This force directly blasted into his sea of consciousness and formed an avalanche-like force in his sea of consciousness. This force started to fluctuate within Ning Cheng's sea of consciousness, causing Ning Cheng's sea of consciousness to feel extremely uncomfortable. So powerful, Ning Cheng wanted to take back his spiritual consciousness, but found that his spiritual consciousness that had penetrated into the cold light iron had disappeared without a trace. Ning Cheng was secretly shocked. This was his first time encountering such a powerful material. Fortunately, his spiritual sea was a starry sky spiritual sea. After advancing to the Dao birth, it was like a vast and boundless universe. The sudden avalanche power of the void cold light iron crashed into his sea of consciousness, but it was unable to cause any damage to it. No wonder no one wanted this void cold light metal. Even if they wanted it, it would be useless. If he did not know how to refine tools and gave this thing to someone else to refine a magic weapon, it would probably belong to that person's treasure. At this time, Ning Cheng finally understood why Do Jiangshi wanted the void cold light iron. He most likely relied on his dark nether-devouring spirit scroll. At this time, Ning Cheng understood why Do Jiangshi wanted the void cold light iron. He must have used the dark nether spirit-devouring scripture. The violent avalanche power once again rushed into Ning Cheng's sea of consciousness. This time, Ning Cheng was prepared and immediately cast the devouring cultivation method of the dark nether spirit devourer. The next moment, the void cold light iron structure and void Dao charm appeared in Ning Cheng's sea of consciousness. The next moment, the void cold light iron structure and void Dao charm appeared in Ning Cheng's sea of consciousness. It was extremely clear. The dark nether spirit devouring scripture also had such an effect. After seeing the void Dao charm of the void cold light iron, Ning Cheng understood that this material was extraordinary. From this, it could be seen that Do Jiangshi still wouldn't give up on the void cold light iron. The reason why that fellow hadn't made a move until now was that his essence spirit and corporeal body hadn't completely merged. However, even if Do Jiangshi obtained the void cold light iron, he wouldn't be able to refine it into a weapon like Ning Cheng. Ning Cheng had the god-grade flame celestial river, but Do Jiangshi might not have it. He was a top-grade artifact crafting master, so could Do Jiangshi do it? Without the mysterious yellow bead and the mysterious yellow formless, even if Do Jiangshi wanted to learn artifact crafting, it would take him tens of thousands of years to achieve minor success. What's more, did Do Jiangshi have any law-breaking spirit techniques? After taking control of the void Dao charm and aura within the void cold light iron, Ning Cheng's Dao charm erupted once again, and the law-breaking Dao charm completely wrapped around the void cold light iron. The aura of laws within the void cold light iron weakened at this moment, allowing Ning Cheng to bring out the celestial river flame in time. At this moment, the void cold light iron felt like a piece of ice being roasted by the celestial river flame and began to melt in just a few breaths. Ning Cheng blasted the aura of laws into the melting void cold light iron. The void cold light iron continued to change shape in the space, and the cold aura grew thicker and purer. As time passed, Ning Cheng's Dao charm almost merged with the aura of the void cold light iron. In his room, only the coldness of the void cold light iron, the aura of the law-breaking spirit techniques, and the terrifying temperature of the celestial river flame raged. One day, 1 month, even after half a year, Ning Cheng was still immersed in the condensation of the void cold light iron. Before he found a way to refine the spirit-transforming spear, the void cold light spear would be his only offensive weapon. For this broken spear, Ning Cheng didn't hesitate to waste his time. However, at this time, the void cold light iron had already condensed into a dark blue and gloomy long spear, while the array formation restriction lines were carved into the cold light spear by Ning Cheng, causing the aura of the cold light spear to grow stronger and stronger. This was an extremely pure and cold murderous aura. With a clear and crisp sound resounding in the void, Ning Cheng opened his eyes with joy. In front of him was a dark blue long spear. Ning Cheng's spiritual consciousness hadn't penetrated the long spear yet, but the long spear exuded a cold murderous aura. It felt as if it could sweep up all the killing intent and laws around it at any time. A kind of call came from the long spear, giving Ning Cheng a feeling that it was connected by blood. Ning Cheng opened his hand, and the suspended long spear fell directly into Ning Cheng's hand, turning into a dark blue killing light that was only a few feet long. Sure enough, it was a top-grade spirit artifact. Moreover, it was a top-grade spirit artifact. Ning Cheng felt a sense of satisfaction in his heart. The void cold light spear could become a top-grade spirit artifact, not only because it took Ning Cheng half a year to refine this long spear, but also because of the materials used to forge this long spear. In fact, these were not the reasons for Ning Cheng's surprise. What made Ning Cheng happy was that he had a spiritual connection with this long spear. In time, this long spear would definitely give birth to an artifact spirit. No matter where it was, a weapon that automatically gave birth to an artifact spirit was a top-grade treasure. There were many kinds of artifact spirits for a weapon. Some of them were forcibly integrated into the weapon by the artifact crafting master during the artifact crafting process. It was not surprising for a weapon to have an artifact spirit. Only a weapon that could give birth to an artifact spirit was a true treasure of heaven and earth. Ning Cheng gently waved his hand, and the void cold light spear turned into a blue arc of light in the air. The cold murderous aura created a rustling sound in the surroundings. The powerful law aura hidden within the murderous aura made Ning Qing feel even more satisfied. Very good, Ning Qing thought as he put away the void cold light spear with satisfaction. He also put away the remaining void cold light iron. It was not until today that he finally had an attack-type weapon to his liking. With this void cold light spear, his strength would increase by a large margin. Ning Qing did not continue his seclusion, instead, he got up and opened the restrictions around his room. Ning Qing had been in seclusion for a year and a half, and he had no idea where the airship had reached. Pill Sage Ning, after going into seclusion for a year and a half, you should have gained a lot, right? To Ning Qing's surprise, as soon as he came out, Do Jiangshi's friendly greeting voice arrived. Looking at Do Jiangshi's expressionless and hypocritical smile, Ning Qing felt a burst of weariness in his heart. He suspected that Do Jiangshi had been keeping an eye on his room. Otherwise, how could this fellow know that he had just come out? Ning Qing casually nodded and spoke, "Not bad." After that, Ning Qing ignored Do Jiangshi and went straight to the deck of the airship. Pill Sage Ning, wait a minute. Do Jiangshi did not care about Ning Qing's indifference and instead followed Ning Qing to the deck. If you have something to say, just say it. If you want to fart, go back and fart. Ning Qing's tone turned cold and he spoke without any trace of politeness. Do Jiangshi made him feel disgusted. In any case, the two of them could never become friends. At this moment, Ning Qing didn't even have the thought of feigning civility. Pill Sage Ning. Yan Kuaifu and Mei Shiwan, who were standing on the deck and chatting, saw Ning Qing come out and took the initiative to greet him. The two of them only said 2 words before they paused. Ning Qing's words were too rude and impolite. However, the two of them also knew that Ning Qing wasn't targeting them but Do Jiangshi, who was chasing after them. Do Jiangshi's face remained expressionless. Perhaps even if he had an expression, no one would be able to see it. Only Yan Kuaifu saw the murderous intent flashing in Do Jiangshi's eyes. Then, he spoke up with a smile, Pill Sage Ning, I really do have something to say. Can we talk in private? Ning Qing turned around and stared at Do Jiangshi coldly, there are no secrets between us. If you have something to say, just say it. If you don't want to say it, then I won't accompany you. He could see that Do Jiangshi's cultivation had completely stabilized and had integrated well. He had advanced from early-stage Dao transformation to middle-stage Dao transformation. Presumably, with this fellow's speed, it wouldn't take long for him to recover to the primordial Dao realm. When Yan Kuaifu and Mei Shiwan saw that Ning Qing and Do Jiangshi didn't get along, they quickly excused themselves and left. After Yan Kuaifu and Mei Shiwan left, Do Jiangshi spoke up directly, Pill Sage Ning, I know that you have a piece of void cold light iron. I don't know if you can sell it to me. You can name the price. This fellow really wanted the void cold light iron. Ning Qing chuckled, turned around, and stared at Do Jiangshi before saying, the zombie you seized from the Immortal Corpse sect has nothing to do with me. But don't even think of using it on me. Otherwise, even if you seized my body, I would have smashed your essence spirit out. Do you want the void cold light iron? I'll give you 2 words, not for sale. Chapter 1052. After Ning Qing exposed Do Jiangshi's possession, Do Jiangshi never came to find him again. He didn't even come up to the deck. As if they knew that Ning Qing was not easy to get along with, the rest of the people also rarely talked to Ning Qing. As for the leading Si Chen Qiu Tian, he did not come out. Ning Qing also didn't deliberately look for trouble with Do Jiangshi. Since he finished crafting the void cold light spear, he decided to stay on the airship to deduce the Tao of pills. Another half a year passed, and the spaceship stopped. Ning Qing also stopped deducing the Tao of pills and walked out of the room. Si Chen Qiu Tian also walked out. He wanted everyone to leave the flying ship and land outside a huge stone platform that floated in the void. This is the teleportation platform? Yan Kuaifu asked as he looked at the massive stone platform floating in the air. Qiu Tian smiled, don't underestimate this platform. Not only is it a planar teleportation array, but it's also protected by a top-grade array. Ning Cheng had already sensed the defensive array outside the platform. After experiencing the secret bazaar and the ancient fairy mysterious clan's concealment array, Ning Cheng realized that his attainments in the Tao of arrays were nothing compared to the vast universe. He couldn't even restore the teleportation array in the Grand Essence seabed, let alone arrange such a grand array. Si Chin Chiu Tian took out an array flag and an entrance appeared in front of the stone platform. Let's go in. This teleportation array can teleport us directly to the void city of the five realms. While speaking, Si Chin Chiu Tian was the first to enter the teleportation platform and followed Protector Ju. Ning Cheng and the other four naturally followed them onto the transmission platform. Once everyone was on the platform, Chiu Tian waved his hand and a stream of divine crystals flowed out. It was unknown how many divine crystals Chiu Tian had thrown at the edge of the platform. After the time it takes for half an incense stick to burn, a burst of white light erupted around the boulder platform. The white light directly tore open the void space above the boulder platform and swept away Ning Cheng's group of 8. Ning Cheng had taken the transmission array countless times, but this was the first time that he felt that his spiritual consciousness could not even move, causing his entire person to fall into a state of dizziness. He didn't know how long he stayed in the teleportation space. When he woke up, he was already standing on the same giant stone platform. Seeing that there were still people coming and going around, Ning Cheng knew that they must have reached the Five Realms Void City. Seeing that Ning Cheng was the first of the 6 participating pill saints to sober up, Si Chen's Chiu Tian nodded with satisfaction. Ning Cheng didn't disappoint him. He was a Tao Nourishment Divine Emperor, but his Tao marks were far stronger than the others. Did you all come from the Grand Essence realm to participate in the Five Realms pill competition? Si Chen and Chiu Tian had just walked out of the teleportation array when a Tao Transformation Divine Emperor walked over and asked with cupped fists. Si Chen Chiu Tian nodded and said, yes, we came from the Grand Essence realm. Then please follow me. The Tao Actualization Divine Emperor gestured and led them out of the teleportation tower. In terms of the concentration of spirit chi, the Five Realms Void City couldn't compare to a major sect like the 9 Revolutions Sacred Tao Pond. In fact, it couldn't even compare to Heaven Essence Sacred City. However, when Ning Cheng's eyes casually swept around, he could already see how strong the people here were. Tao Essence Divine Emperors could be seen from time to time, and even Primordial Essence Divine Emperors would come and go. The array formations and restrictions around these merchant houses were much more sophisticated compared to the merchant houses in Heaven Essence Sacred City. The Tao Actualization Divine Emperor led Ning Cheng and the others to a rest stop. Ning Cheng could see clearly from the outside that this rest stop was called the Great Change Rest Stop. You can rest here. When you go to the Great Change Realm, someone will come to inform you. The Tao Actualization Divine Emperor didn't even arrange a room for them. He brought Ning Cheng and the others here and immediately left. Si Chen Chiu Tian said to Ning Cheng and the others, you guys settle in here first. I have some things to do. When you're free, you can go to the Void Marketplace. Don't create a rift with others. There are many experts here and no one is simple. In fact, even without Si Chen Chiu Tian's words, everyone knew that no one here was simple. How could anyone who could come to the Five Realms Void Marketplace be simple? Ning Cheng vaguely guessed that Si Chen Chiu Tian must have gone to find some connections because he brought one more person. The price of the rooms in the Great Change Rest Stop was the same, 10,000 God crystals a day. For a pill sage like Ning Cheng, even if it cost 100,000 God crystals a night, he could still afford to stay for a few months. Brother Ning, I wonder if you have time to go to the Void Marketplace. To Ning Cheng's surprise, Lu Shizhen, who had once lost to him, took the initiative to invite him. Ning Cheng replied politely, I'm a little tired and need to rest. Brother Lo, go ahead. Big brother Lo, I also want to go to the Void Marketplace. Why don't we go together? Mei Shiwan quickly said when she saw Ningqing refuse. Among the six, Lo Shijian's Pill Dao level was second only to Ningqing. It wouldn't be surprising if she became a primordial Dao Pill Sage in the future. Mei Shiwan was a Dao Nourishment Pill Sage, so she naturally wanted to make friends with her. Count me in too. Yan Kuaifu and Mei Shiwan were very close. Plus, he also wanted to go to the Five Realms Void Marketplace, so he didn't hesitate to recommend himself. Ningqing didn't want to cause trouble. He came to the Five Realms Pill competition not only to obtain the wood-attributed top-grade God Spirit Vein, but also to see if Zhang Wei and Pan Qian were in the Great Change Realm. Pan Qian originally wanted to come to the Great Change Realm. As for Zhang Wei, according to him, he could only come to the Great Change Realm to open the Gate of Good Fortune. After returning to his room, Ningqing immediately activated the room's restrictions and continued to deduce the alchemy Dao. He lacked the materials to refine primordial Dao pills. Therefore, he could only deduce his alchemy Dao through the mysterious yellow formless cultivation method. After more than half a year of deduction, his alchemy Dao level had reached a new level. Unfortunately, he didn't have any Dao fruits to practice on. Ningqing didn't sit in the room for long before the room's restrictions were triggered. Ningqing opened the restrictions and looked at Protector Ju standing at the door in confusion. Senior Ju, why are you looking for me? It's not that I'm looking for you, but the Association Master is looking for you. Hurry up and come with me. Protector Ju eagerly gestured to Ningqing, indicating that Ningqing should follow him. Ningqing had a slightly bad feeling in his heart. Protector Ju was a very steady person. Although he had a high cultivation level, he was never impatient or talkative. Why was he so anxious at this moment? Did something happen? Senior Ju, did something happen? Not far away, Jing Han and Do Jiangshi walked out of their rooms. Protector Ju said to the two, "It's nothing serious. You stay here and rest. I'll take Ningqing out for a while. I'll be back soon." Do Jiangshi's eyes turned, "Senior Ju, why don't we go together? With more people, we can take care of each other." Ningqing sneered. "You're just a Dao Transformation Realm cultivator, yet you dare say that you can take care of each other. Dao Transformation Holy Emperors might be considered as powerhouses in the Grand Essence Realm, but in this place, they were just ants." Protector Ju didn't think too much about it and just replied casually, "All right, let's go together." Standing in front of the Grand Change Pill Meet's entrance, Ningqing realized where Protector Ju wanted to take him. After entering the Pill Meet, the four quickly came to the entrance of a hall. After entering the hall, Ningqing found at least 40 to 50 people in the hall. Situ Chen's Chiu Tian sat on the side of the hall with a slightly pale face. Ningqing was a Dao Essence Pill Saint, and his attainment in Dao pills wasn't something ordinary alchemists could compare to. He had even integrated the Dao of alchemy into the grand Dao of returning to one. Seeing Situ Chen's Chiu Tian's condition, Ningqing immediately understood that his Dao heart had been damaged. That chaotic aura not only contained the aura of his own grand Dao, but it also contained the Dao charm aura of the Dao of alchemy. Many powerhouses in the hall didn't care about Situ Chen's Dao charm's chaotic Dao charm. No one stepped in to help either. Everyone was just talking and laughing merrily. "Association Master, Ningqing is here." Protector Ju walked up to Situ Chen's Chiu Tian and whispered. Situ Chen's Chiu Tian seemed to have recovered. Seeing the three people behind Protector Ju, he sighed slightly, "Since you're here, sit down. Don't talk too much." No one felt strange about the arrival of Ningqing's group of four, nor did anyone say anything. Ningqing didn't know what happened. Back in Heaven Essence Sacred City, Ningqing knew that Situ Chen's Dao Heart of Alchemy had cracks. But now, Situ Chen's Dao Heart of Alchemy showed no signs of healing. Instead, it grew bigger and bigger. Situ Chen's Tao heart was different from him. He cultivated the Tao of returning to one. He had only integrated his Tao of alchemy into the Tao of returning to one. It was just a small part of the grand Tao. But Situ Chen's Chiu Tian was the opposite. He had integrated his grand Tao into the Tao of alchemy. In the future, the further his Tao of alchemy could go, the further his grand Tao could go. Now that Situ Chen's Tao of alchemy had cracks, it would be strange if his grand Tao could progress any further. Sitting at the head of the table was a man wearing a purple robe. This man didn't care about Ning Cheng and the others coming over. Instead, he looked at Situ Chen's Chiu Tian and said calmly, "The first round of the pill discussion has ended." Grand Essence Realm Pill Association's Association Master Situ Chen's Chiu Tian fell at the end. He only managed to identify 12 out of the 20 materials. Association Master Situ Chen, do you still want to compete for a spot? Situ Chen's Chiu Tian's hands trembled slightly. According to the previous rules, each 5 realms pill competition would increase some spots. As an association master, he was also familiar with the host of the 5 realms pill competition. Therefore, it wouldn't be a problem for him to get a spot for Ning Cheng. But what he didn't expect was that the host of the 5 realms pill competition had changed. Moreover, the Grand Essence realm wasn't the only one who wanted a spot. Therefore, this time, the Pill Dao competition would decide who would get a spot. In the first round, there were 20 kinds of divine grasses. But as the association master of a realm pill association, he only managed to identify 12 of them. Moreover, the association masters of the other realms also managed to identify at least 17 of them, which made the cracks in his heart of alchemy even bigger. Ning Cheng didn't ask Situ Chen's Chiu Tian about it. Chapter 1053. Ning Cheng's words immediately attracted many people's attention. Even if someone wanted to say it, it should have been Si Chen Chiu Tian who said it. Ning Cheng's words, to put it bluntly, were offending his superiors. Si Chen Chiu Tian nodded to Ning Cheng with a smile and then calmly said to the purple-robed man, "My Grand Essence realm will continue to participate in the competition." Si Chen Chiu Tian understood Ning Cheng's meaning. Ning Cheng knew that his alchemy Tao had cracks. The reason why Ning Cheng said it was to help him build up his confidence in the alchemy Tao. Ning Cheng's starting point was good, but Si Chen Chiu Tian knew that it would be difficult. Once he failed, the cracks in his alchemy Tao would grow bigger and bigger, and it might even affect Ning Cheng. If he stopped now, it could be said that he didn't use his full strength. If he continued to compete, he would have a high chance of failing. Because Si Chen Chiu Tian knew who the people here were. Ning Cheng was a primordial Tao pill saint, but there were not only primordial Tao pill saints but also primordial chaos pill saints. In any case, although Ning Cheng helped himself, it was also equivalent to helping Si Chen Chiu Tian. Even if Ning Cheng failed in the end, Si Chen Chiu Tian wouldn't be unhappy with Ning Cheng because of this. Union Master Si Chen, is this the alchemist from your Grand Essence realm who came to participate in the pill competition? The purple-robed man on the stage asked Ning Cheng. Not yet. He lacks a spot. I came here for his spot. If I offended you, please forgive me, Brother Kong. Si Chen Chiu Tian cupped his fists and spoke with a calm voice. This competition is a relaxed and casual affair. There are no rules, as long as you win. The purple-robed man nodded and spoke in a calm tone. It was just as he said. If there were strict rules, then the first round of the pill discussion wouldn't have used this method to identify divine grasses. Because this method allowed the people around him to communicate with each other. Brother Kong, please wait a moment. Just when the purple-robed man was about to speak, a dark-skinned man stood up and cupped his fists. Oh, what does Union Master Lu want to say? The purple-robed man asked. The dark-skinned man spoke up, I want to ask this Grand Essence Realm Alchemy Master a few questions. I have no other intentions. The purple-robed man smiled faintly. Of course. I've already said that this discussion of alchemy will be a relaxing affair. Everyone can just casually discuss the Tao of alchemy together. Ning Cheng wondered what this black man wanted to ask him when Sire Qiu Tian's voice sounded in his ear. This person is the Grand Beginning Realm Pill Association's Association Master Lu Dongsa. I heard that he's a primordial essence pill saint, but I've never seen him refine medicinal pills. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm afraid he doesn't have good intentions when he asks you questions. Be careful when you answer him. I am Lu Dongsa. May I know how to address this alchemist? Lu Dongsa's tone was rather polite. He was not aggressive at all. Ning Cheng cupped his fists. Grand Essence Ning Cheng, if Tao friend Lu has any questions, please enlighten me. Lu Dongsa was infuriated. Ning Cheng was only a Tao Nourishment Divine Emperor while he was a Primordial Essence Divine Emperor. A Tao Nourishment Divine Emperor dared to call a Primordial Essence Divine Emperor Tao friend instead of Qian Bei. Coupled with Ning Cheng's previous words, he was even more certain that Ning Cheng was a madman. Pill Master Ning just said that the reason why other people can recognize more divine herbs is because there are more people, right? Lu Dongsa's tone was no longer as polite as before. Only then did Ning Cheng understand why the other party was angry. It turned out to be because of this. From the looks of it, Lu Dongsa didn't ask anyone to help him recognize the divine herbs. He recognized them all by himself. In fact, Ning Cheng was really wrong. Which one of the association masters who came here wasn't a talented person? In this kind of alchemy competition, these association masters disdained asking for help from others. Don't look at how they brought some participating alchemists. In fact, it was their own ability to recognize the divine herbs. It definitely wasn't what Ning Cheng said. It was just that the other association masters didn't take Ning Cheng's words to heart at all. What you think is what you think, and the truth is the truth. Only Lu Dongsa had a straightforward personality and didn't allow any sand to enter his eyes. In terms of alchemy Tao, he would never admit that he was worse than others. Now that someone doubted his alchemy Tao level, he couldn't help it. Knowing this, Si Chen Qiu Tian sighed helplessly when he heard Ning Cheng's comforting words. Because in fact, he, Si Chen Qiu Tian, wasn't as good as others. Ning Cheng spread out his hands. Tao friend Lu, I just said that others had many people around them. I didn't say that someone helped them cheat. The purple-robed man heard Ning Cheng's words and immediately said, Tao friend Ning, there's no problem of cheating here. Even if someone helped you, as long as you can recognize them, it's still allowed. Oh, then I won't have any problems. Tao friend Lu, you're overthinking things. Just now, Senior Kong also said that it's allowed for people to help. Ning Cheng spoke up. Ning Cheng's act of disrespecting his seniors not only upset Lu Dongsa, but also the others. A middle-aged woman sitting next to Lu Dongsa spoke up in a cold voice, so Pill Master Ning is even stronger than Association Master Si Chen. If Pill Master Ning were here just now, you would have recognized more than 12 divine herbs in the Grand Essence realm. Ning Cheng felt angry. Some disdainful gazes on Ning Cheng in the hall suddenly changed when they heard that Ning Cheng had even refined the 6-yin soul pill. An alchemy saint who could refine the 6-yin soul pill was at least a primordial Tao alchemy saint, and not an ordinary primordial Tao alchemy saint. Ning Cheng didn't look old, but he was already a primordial Tao alchemy saint. How could his future achievements be low? When did the Great Essence Realm's alchemy Tao become so strong? Ning Cheng could refine the 6-yin soul pill, but he didn't even have a place in the competition. Didn't this mean that the other 5 participants were all primordial Tao alchemy saints? For a moment, everyone had their own thoughts. Hearing Ning Cheng say that he wasn't worse than her in identifying divine grasses, Che Beiji calmed down. She stood up to please Lu Dongsa. But if Lu Dongsa didn't come out to help her, then she wouldn't need to continue trying to please him. Besides, Ning Cheng had refined the 6-yin soul pill, which meant that his alchemy Dao strength shouldn't be any worse than hers. Sure enough, Lu Dongsa sneered, in that case, I'll come and identify the divine grasses with Pill Master Ning. After saying that, Lu Dongsa cupped his fists towards the purple-robed man and said, Brother Kong, please set the question. Si Chen Chiu Tian quickly sent a sound transmission to Ning Cheng, don't compete with Lu Dongsa in identifying divine grasses. Just now, out of the 20 divine grasses, only one person managed to identify all of them. That person was Lu Dongsa. Ning Cheng felt secretly surprised. Was this Lu Dongsa really that powerful? The purple-robed man looked at Ning Cheng and asked, Pill Master Ning, now that President Lu wants to compete with you in identifying divine grasses, what does Pill Master Ning think? Ning Cheng showed a calm smile, naturally. Since it's a competition, it naturally has a stake. I wonder if this stake is a place in the competition, or something else. The purple-robed man chuckled, this is a competition between the two of you. It has nothing to do with a place in the competition. Lu Dongsa directly took out a thick ancient book and placed it on the table. This is the most precious ancient book on the Tao of Alchemy that I've obtained since I started practicing alchemy. It's called Universe Vegetation. It's all because of this ancient book that I could become a primordial chaos pill saint and identify all the divine grasses. If you beat me, this ancient book will be yours. Seeing Lu Dongsa take out this thick ancient book, everyone in the hall stared straight at it. Everyone here was a powerhouse in the Tao of Alchemy. Who wouldn't want this universe vegetation? Ning Cheng also felt eager in his heart. In fact, although he had seen a lot of alchemy Tao jade strips, none of them were precious. Most of them were second-rate goods bought from merchant houses. Lu Dongsa's universe vegetation was definitely a treasure among the ancient books on the Tao of Alchemy. If he could obtain this ancient book, his attainment in the Tao of Alchemy would undoubtedly improve further. Thinking of this, Ning Cheng took out a jade bottle and placed it on the table without hesitation. This is a trace of fire-attributed primal chaos chi that I bought at an auction. As soon as they heard the words primal chaos chi, many eyes immediately swept over. Who didn't know the effect of primal chaos chi on a cultivator? Although fire-attributed primal chaos chi wasn't the most primitive, it was more tempting to pill saints. This bottle of fire-attributed primal chaos chi isn't as valuable as the universe vegetation. The purple-robed man's gaze swept over the jade bottle that Ning Cheng took out and spoke with a calm tone. Lu Dongsa showed a slight smile. It's not easy for him to take out a trace of 5-element primal chaos chi. I happen to lack this thing. Let's do it. Since Lu Dongsa agreed, the purple-robed man naturally wouldn't say anything else. Raising his hand, he took out a divine grass. This is the first divine grass. The two of you, identify it and write the answer on the jade strip. Ning Cheng sighed. Sure enough, just as he thought, he couldn't identify the first divine grass. Chapter 1054. Seeing Lu Dongsa's faint smile, Ning Cheng knew that the other party definitely knew what divine grass it was. None of the people sitting here had simple experience. Looking at Ning Cheng's expression, many people guessed that Ning Cheng most likely didn't recognize this divine grass. Even the purple-robed man who presided over the competition secretly shook his head. Sure enough, this fellow was an arrogant fellow. From this, it could be seen that Ning Cheng's previous statement about refining the 6-yin soul pill should also be false. The divine grass he took out was indeed extremely rare, but no matter how rare it was, this first one was also the simplest one. If one couldn't even recognize the first one, then there would be no need to compete at all. Senior Kong, I wonder if there's a time limit for identifying divine grasses? Or would whoever identifies it first win? Ning Cheng didn't engrave anything on the jade strip but asked about the rules of the competition. The purple-robed man found it a little funny. If you can't recognize a divine grass, then even if you were given 100 days, you still wouldn't be able to. Unless you deduced all the effects of this divine grass, but what's the use of deducing it? You still don't know what kind of divine grass this is. After Ning Cheng asked this question, the contemptuous and disdainful gazes in the hall grew even more. Jing Han, who stood behind Sidu Chen's Qiu Tian, felt secretly happy. Ning Cheng had caused a crack in his Tao of alchemy. Now that Ning Cheng was beaten to the ground, how could he not feel happy? The purple-robed man showed a slight smile. In theory, there is no time limit for identifying divine grasses, and the time taken to identify them doesn't determine the winner or loser. But how many years would it take to identify a divine grass? Therefore, we set a time limit of 2 hours for each divine grass. As long as we can identify it within 2 hours, we will have the same result. What does Dao friend Ning and Association Master Lu think? The purple-robed man's words still made sense. If one couldn't identify a divine grass within 2 hours, then there would be no point in dragging it out. Of course, I don't have any objections. What's wrong with letting him identify it for a year? Lu Dongsa didn't even glance at Ning Cheng and spoke up coldly. Before the competition, he still regarded Ning Cheng as a character. But now, Ning Cheng was nothing in his eyes. I don't have any objections, I just hope that Senior Kong can take out all the divine grasses we identified, 2 of each kind. I will identify mine, he will identify his. After we identify it in one go, we can carve the jade strip for Senior Kong. How about it? Ning Cheng put forward another suggestion. He had no choice. Who asked him to be weaker than the other party? He could only play some tricks. The purple-robed man chuckled and didn't speak even half a word of nonsense. He raised his hand and took out 10 stalks of divine grasses before sending them to Ning Cheng and Lu Dongsa, 5 stalks each. The 5 kinds of divine grasses in front of Ning Cheng were exactly the same as the 5 kinds of divine grasses in front of Lu Dongsa. There was no issue of difficulty. Seeing Lu Dongsa take out a blank jade strip, Ning Cheng felt somewhat helpless. He could use the ingredients and effects of the divine herbs to argue that he didn't lose. However, the eyes of the people in the hall were as sharp as snow. Lu Dongsa had already written down the 5 types of divine grasses, but he was still deducing them. Even if it was a tie through sophistry, it would be even more embarrassing. At this time, Ning Cheng could only take out a blank jade strip and casually engrave a few names on it. When he saw Lu Dongsa put down the jade strip, he quickly rushed forward and said, "Senior Kong, I've finished the identification." Ning Cheng's words felt like a bomb dropped in the middle of the hall, surprising everyone. Ning Cheng's previous performance showed that Ning Cheng's knowledge was poor, which meant that it was almost impossible for him to recognize all 5 divine grasses. Otherwise, Ning Cheng wouldn't have asked about the time limit. What was going on now? Why hadn't Lu Dongsa said anything yet? Did he finish identifying them? Wasn't this too outrageous? Did Ning Cheng ask about the time limit because he feared that Lu Dongsa would deliberately find an excuse to stall for time? Or did he want to stall for time? Lu Dongsa also looked at Ning Cheng in surprise. This wasn't right. He believed that his alchemy Tao level was among the best even in the entire Grand Change realm. Not to mention that Ning Cheng's alchemy Tao level wasn't as good as his. Even if Ning Cheng's alchemy Tao level could match his, Ning Cheng's ability to identify divine grasses wouldn't be as good as his. But the fact was that Ning Cheng had recognized these 5 divine grasses before him. The purple-robed man also looked at Ning Cheng in surprise. Did he make a mistake just now? Ning Cheng truly was a top-notch alchemy Tao powerhouse. One had to know that the divine grasses he took out were extremely rare divine grasses with lost inheritances. He was the one who presided over the pill meat. When it came to his alchemy Tao level, he might not be as good as some people here. But when it came to divine grasses with lost inheritances, he naturally knew more about them than others. It was because they studied these things every day. If it weren't for Lu Dongsa's universe plants, he wouldn't have known more than him. I've also finished identifying them. Lu Dongsa's tone no longer contained the previous disdain. This time, it carried a hint of caution. The purple-robed man suppressed the shock in his heart and looked at Lu Dongsa before saying, "You finished identifying them. Now, tell me, what's the name of this divine grass?" After speaking, the purple-robed man took out another divine grass. This divine grass was half a foot long and had 2 narrow leaves. It was gray in color. Ning Cheng and Lu Dongsa both had the same divine grass in front of them. He didn't ask Ning Cheng and Lu Dongsa to hand over the jade strips in their hands to him. This not only showed that this was an easy match, but also showed that he trusted both of them. However, such a casual move made Ning Cheng feel even more at ease. Ning Cheng originally felt that if both of them recognized the divine grasses and ended in a tie in the first round, there would definitely be a second round. Because of this idea, Ning Cheng took the risk and wanted to drag the fight to the second round. The first round was about identifying divine grasses, and the second round definitely wouldn't be about identifying divine grasses. Now that the purple-robed man didn't take away their jade strips, it meant that the second round was inevitable. Moreover, it also had something to do with the 5 divine grasses in the first round. Otherwise, this man surnamed Kong would have already taken away the jade strips. This is the Heavenly Fox double-leaf scale. Lu Dongsa said with a calm voice. Some pill saints who also recognized this divine grass nodded secretly. Lu Dongsa indeed lived up to his reputation. They only knew about the Heavenly Fox double-leaf scale by chance. Moreover, no matter how rare a divine grass was, it couldn't escape Lu Dongsa's eyes. Everyone looked at Ning Cheng. Even if Ning Cheng didn't recognize the Heavenly Fox double-leaf scale, he didn't dare to change the contents of the jade strip just because Lu Dongsa recognized it. With so many experts here, any change in the jade strip's contents would be immediately detected. The purple-robed man also looked at Ning Cheng. "Dao friend Ning, what do you think this divine grass is called?" "It's called green foxtail grass." Ning Cheng replied calmly. As soon as the words green foxtail grass came out, everyone froze. Wasn't this a bit too shameless? If they couldn't recognize it, then they couldn't recognize it. Was there a need to be so shameless? Even Jing Han, who had a grudge against Ning Cheng, felt ashamed. Who told him and Ning Cheng to come from the Grand Essence realm? Only Si Chin Chiu Tian remained calm on the surface. He understood Ning Cheng. Since he said that, then there must be an explanation. Do you still have any shame? Brother Kong, for such a shameless person to appear here is an insult to the entire alchemy Dao. Che Beiji stood up, the anger on her face almost burning Ning Cheng. Previously, when she heard that Ning Cheng had refined the 6-yin soul pill, she felt a little afraid of Ning Cheng. But now she finally understood that Ning Cheng had deliberately come here to make trouble. To put it bluntly, he was a sore loser. These claws had many leaves and formed a wave. This is a chicken claw vine. Ning Cheng still spoke calmly. You're tuning into the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.